Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Sean's from Zarz Comics and Collectibles and Comics. Um, Doing my normal Thursday night stream. We got someone in the background. We'll add him to the stage.
Sorry, that's me. Sorry, I was wondering what was happening. Sorry, that was me. I had your I had your video open on YouTube, and then it started playing automatically when you went live.
All good. How's things been, buddy?
Good, mate. Good. It's a big weekend, and the video shattered records, mate.
Did it? I seen it was doing well, so
Yeah, it's doing
good.
very well.
Always
So that's
good.
why we're going to keep it on topic, mate. It's the hot topic. People are still getting over the weekend.
Yeah. Well, it's the first time in a while there's a break in between shows.
That's not true.
Yeah, the next main show is 3 weeks away.
It depends what shows you go to, I guess.
Yeah, but for us, for that type of show, there's three and a half weeks before the next main show.
Well, there's Supernova.
Yeah, which
there's
is
Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair. I mean, Vintage and Modern Toy Fair.
Yeah, but
there's TGX if you're a game guy.
When's PGX?
The Game X. Oh, and there's also the same weekend as Supernova. There's the TCG Expo, which is a card one. Okay. Which I don't think I'll make. If I can wrap up Supernova really early, and I got time, like if I can get out of Supernova by lunchtime, which I doubt I will, I might swing past TCG, but I doubt I'll be able to get out in time.
I got to speak to you about Nova about something, but we'll do that off camera.
Okay.
So, but well, for the people who don't know, we had a Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair.
Excuse me. Did you say Melbourne or Melbourne?
Melbourne. Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair on the weekend, which is a smaller show that's growing very rapidly and getting more and more stalls and bigger venues. And it's the first time that I've picked up books since probably June, like properly picked up books since June.
And you were complaining on my live stream that there wasn't enough comics, and you were picking up bangers.
There wasn't. You can't exactly say what I got is bangers, dude.
You got a pretty good. One of the books was a banger.
Yeah, one.
Do you know? I don't know if you got a chance to catch the stream, right? That I did. That stream also. I don't know how many views it's on, but that also could hit 1K for a live stream, which is unbelievable. But the stream, my because I hotspotted from my phone, the video quality came out ass, man. It was like pretty much not watchable. People watched it though. People said, "Oh, watch the whole thing," and then went back and watched the start. I was like, I can't watch stuff when it's that bad.
I watched your stream. It wasn't that bad.
It was bad. The live stream from the event?
Yeah.
No, it was bad. It was very bad.
I watched it. I watched the first bit and the last bit because
it probably looked better on a phone than it did on a screen. But even on the phone, even Sarah was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, your stream looked like ass." I was like, "Oh, cool." And that's when I checked. And then I thought, because now that I pay for StreamYard, I thought because StreamYard saves your stream, I thought maybe the saved version will be like proper, but no, the saved version was just as ass.
Okay. I'm not gonna say I was 100% paying attention because I was driving when I was but it didn't seem that bad from what I seen. But
because you were watching the road, mate.
Could be worse. We'll start off. So, as I've got in the description, I'll be showing the books I got from the Melbourne Comic Toy Fair, as well as Simon was gracious enough to pick up a package for me from Dave, which was my last pickup from C3 for 2024, which is a commission cover. And I was lucky enough to get an only slabs win at the start of January, and I received those books first as well. So we'll start off with the smaller stuff I picked up from the Melbourne and Comic Toy Fair. So I wasn't really overly looking for big books, but I did pick up a bunch of gap fillers and just some random books. So we have a David Finch, Jeff Johns, Justice League of America 1.
And Catwoman's on that cover.
Green Lantern, Green Arrow. It looks like static, I'm going to say, because it doesn't look like Black Lightning. West Coast Avengers, #1. I know this book has some significance, but I'm not exactly sure what it is.
I think issue 7 or 8 is the first Jeff Landshark. #1, I don't know.
Nah. We got the Mighty Thor #1. Now, I just picked this up because it was a #1, and I don't really have a lot of books to do with the Mighty Thor. Amazing Spider-Man #1. I'm pretty sure this is the cool wraparound cover. Yeah, it is.
I've got a comic box that has that on it.
So, got the whole Sinister Six and a bunch of other characters. The main reason I picked this book up is because the show C2E2, Ryan Otley is going to be there, and I don't really have many books by him, so just wanted something cool to get signed by him.
I've read like half of the books you've shown so far. I read West Coast Avengers. I read that Spider-Man. I've got that Spider-Man series up to. I reckon I picked up the first like 50 issues, and then I was like, I'm done with this. I'm not reading it anymore. It's crap.
At least you got to 50. It's a miracle.
I didn't read to 50. I think I read maybe 20 of them or something.
Oh, anyone who watched last week's stream, we were talking about New 52 Zero books, and I found a bunch.
And that's the only one that doesn't have the exploding out of the page.
That's right. Different cover.
It's weird.
I wasn't sure if it was part of the run or not, and then after showing Simon, he told me it was on the list that he looked up, so it must be. We have Green Lantern and the New Guardians. So, in retrospect, I think I may have already had this cover. So I think I doubled up, but I'm not sure. I have to look through. There's so many Green Lantern books in this run.
Come on, Perry.
Hey, Perry. Thanks for jumping in. Simon's favorite, we have Red Hood and the Outlaws.
That's a great cover. Out of all those issue zeros, that's got to be one of the best.
Surprisingly, this one and the Green Lantern one are the only two. Oh, and the other Green Lantern one that don't have orange in the background, have blue. So we have Swamp Thing. And lucky last, we have Red Lantern.
So how many did you pick up? How many zeros?
So we got 2, 4, 6.
So you got 14 more.
Did I?
I think you were missing 20, weren't you? You were missing 20, I think.
You said
there was like 55 or something, and you had 35.
We got someone in the background. How you doing, Gray?
Oh, it's Gray Man.
G'day, folks.
How are you, buddy?
How you doing, you drongos?
Not too bad, dude. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
You just wake up, mate.
I've got somebody I don't know, I've got to turn my other thinking sound off. I've got you on in the background, and there you go, I can hear you now, the echo.
You just wake up,
not
mate.
Too bad. A little while ago, about an hour ago, I woke up. But,
nice.
See, Thursday mornings I can quite often come on, but like I've not been able to because recently. But quite often I'm at home, just sitting around doing fuck all. So I thought one day I'll be able to pop straight on. So I thought I'd just pop straight on rather than saying anything in the chat.
Tonight's the night.
You're
Yeah.
always welcome, Gray.
This morning's the morning.
With daylight savings ending soon for everyone as well, I think it's going to make it a bit easier for people to jump on.
Yeah, well,
Do you have that over there, Gray?
Yeah,
Do
I've
you guys
got to
have
go
that?
forward on the 30th.
Okay, so you do have daylight savings.
Yeah.
So here, some states don't here. So we do, but like Lee from our comics, his state doesn't have daylight savings at all. They're just like, we ain't doing it.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
They have longer days as it is already. So if they did daylight savings, it'll be 11 p.m. at night and the sun would still be out.
I like
Yeah,
that. I like the sun being out for longer.
How many timelines, time dates? What are they called? Have you got in Australia?
Time zones.
Time
Zones, that's the one.
So only two.
Only
isn't
two,
it?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. There's
And
Australia,
year, so
two and becomes three when we have daylight save, because Brisbane and Queensland don't do the
Right.
the daylight saving, so
That's
they
gotta
end
be
up being an
confusing.
hour behind.
Right.
but aren't they already like an hour behind? So then they go to 2 hours behind or something?
Could be.
Some of the states are like an hour difference, I think.
I don't honestly know and pay attention, in all honesty. So, but
Yeah. I saw your toy video getting lots of views, Simon.
Yeah, mate, it's going off.
It's because of all the guests he had on his show, on his stream. Man, we make it better for him.
You
Yeah.
didn't make the video though, I don't think. Oh no, you were in it for about a second when you showed up.
Did you even actually pick up anything yourself?
Yeah, I bought some toys. I bought some loose figures. I got a lot of gifts. I got the Iraqi's Most Wanted playing cards.
Well, I'm gonna show off Simon's favorite thing, and I'm sure Gray will love this comic. So we have.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh my god, she's got a comic book.
Not just one.
I will explain.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. 1970s is calling. Dazzler wants her bloody look back. What's going on?
So
It's got that.
Dazzler's going to be putting in some bloody copyright claim on that one.
Yes.
All right. So after I'll show the books, I'll explain the research.
To explain his excuse.
And I found. So I bought 4 copies. The only difference is the color and the bottom here. So they all have something different on the bottom.
Jeez.
So out of
her bottom's the same.
I decided to look them up to see what they
they
were.
got different songs. Is it different songs?
So the writing is different songs or different albums. But so out of the 4 I bought, this was the only regular release. The other ones, the other 3, there's only 500 of them each color. So I know ages ago, I think it was on Comic Tom, that I seen that these things got released and they were limited numbers and they were going like crazy. So, and I completely forgot when I bought them. I just bought 4 for the reason I bought them. And then I end up finding out that I had 3 that were limited to 500. So
I completely phased out there because, like, when your glasses reflect your screen in them, you're like some kind of super villain. I can imagine you as like Computer Man or something like that. You got your glasses there, the screen reflected. You got screens for eyes. It's like, wow, that's a good look.
Hugo, what's his face? Doctor from Batman. Not Doctor Strange, from Batman.
No, Hugo Strange.
Yeah, Hugo Strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will leave my slabs for later. but I
Okay.
will start showing my only slabs win. But as always, Rob, great packaging, and put in some stickers for me. So I don't know if we get this to show the comic vet and Rob sticker, which I didn't have yet. So I will add these to my cabinet.
Fair enough.
When's the Grey Man stickers come? Oh wait, well, you can technically get Grey Man stickers,
You
right?
can technically get Grey Man stickers, but I'm not really doing much on my channel, so there's no point.
What do you mean? There's no point. I still want to represent.
What villains does Taylor Swift fight in that comic?
I have no clue. I haven't even looked at
Britney
it yet.
Spears.
What? Yeah, Britney Spears would be like the old wizened, like sensei or something like that.
She's got it's shaved head. Britney Spears, if she's a villain.
She fights Eagles fans, Philadelphia Eagle
Right.
fans.
Probably Trump as well, wouldn't she? He doesn't like her much.
Yeah, you would think so. Okay, so for people who have never seen Only Slabs or Rob Fatstack's channel, all the links are in the description. But every week he does an Only Slab show where he has a person showing slabs. I've left the link for the time that I was on showing some slabs. And he does a giveaway twice in the show where 7 books randomly get picked from a box. And this is the pickups that I got from when I won. So we have an Iron Man 1.
Cool cover. Hey, that thing in his hand. I did a video many years ago where I bought the kid's toy.
Yeah. So we have a...
All right, Doom 2099.
Which is a first Doom of 2029, first Tiger Wild, and it's a newsstand.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure I have the normal, but not the newsstand. We have 52 week 11, which is the first full Batwoman, Kate Kane.
Right.
What is that? What is that series?
52.
It was like a follow-up to Countdown, wasn't it? There was like a Countdown series, which was, I think, some kind of crisis event, and then after that, 52. I can't. Is that right, Zarz? Do you remember?
There was the Countdown, and then there was the 52 weeks.
Came before it. I can't remember.
Yeah,
now.
so I'm pretty sure one leads to it, and one is after it.
I think Countdown went first, and then 52 came afterwards. I think now the 52. It was weekly as well, so it's 52 weeks. So there's
I was going to say, did they release one every week? That's
yeah.
And they're all like this, and they all have the number. So
because I see the covers, I just didn't know what it was before my time.
So
yeah, it's confusing remembering stuff as well.
Yeah, the next few books.
Think in the middle, you had about 4 different events, didn't you? You had like World War III or something. You had Spectre going crazy. I can't remember what it was called now, and there was some space thing going on as well at the same time with Adam Strange and Captain Comet and stuff. But it was kind of 4 crisis events, somewhere in the middle of it, wasn't it? And then it went to 52, I think.
And then there's like a lot of minor key books and semi-key books in the run. A lot of first appearances, reintroductions of characters and stuff. So now the next few books are all grey style books, I'm going to say.
Grey style.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the key. That's first. Yeah. That's the first. That guy.
First Death Dealer.
That's his name.
And it's the first Master of Kung Fu book that I have.
Cool.
That I really have any. And it's in awesome condition for a book its age.
He's a nice cover as well.
Nice one.
Then we have a Daredevil 195. No real key to it, but just the awesome cover.
Mm-hmm.
The only Shang-Chi book I kind of want is, the last issue where he's kind of like walking away. It's like, I'm not going to be Shang-Chi. I want that issue because I want to read it so I can see why. Why doesn't he want to be Shang-Chi anymore?
So we have a Fighting Army UK.
Nice old Charlton.
Is that your first Charlton?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure when I met Gray in the UK, I bought a Charlton when we went hunting.
Yeah, actually, I feel like I might have one somewhere that Gray gave me too. Actually,
Possibly.
I can swear that we were talking about it, and I picked one up to say that I had a Charlton book. But I don't remember, in all honesty. But this is the.
You've got so many books when you came over. You were just like picking up key after key. You was like, damn.
So
I was thinking, shall I mug him or not? I thought, no, I never get away with it. He knows my name. I can't mug him.
Yeah. So we got that, and
we know what the background of your house looks like. We know what your kitchen looks like.
Yeah.
The last book that got picked out is Alpha Flight #1, which is the first Puck, first Mariana, Thunder, Madison, Jeffries, first cameo Wild Child. I love the fact that Rob puts all the stuff on the back.
He knows all you guys are going to do videos on them, so he's helping you out.
Yeah.
So,
I find there's quite a few people who do that, put their notes on the back of their comic books. I'm too bloody lazy to do that myself. God blimey.
I try to do it when I get it, when I'm fixing everything up, but I just don't get a chance to get to all of them to do it.
What, to write them down?
Yeah.
You should just store it in here.
Store it in here like you do, yeah?
Yeah. That's why
I double up my all my things as well. So I always double up, so I couldn't put notes on the back anyway. So
just get a post-it note, Gray, on the front on each one.
If I put post-it notes on, they never fit back in the box.
This much.
That's how stuffed my boxes are. I've got a couple of boxes here. I've just got no room. It's like a short box, and I've got a stack of comics on that, and the lid's like that, wibbly wobbly on the top of it because I can't. Like,
Gray did a room tour video I want to say 4 years ago, maybe, and it was awesome. But good luck trying to find that video on his channel.
Yeah,
I hate because sometimes I see Gray do a video, and I want to watch that, and I don't get to, and then 2 weeks later, I'll be like, I want to watch something. I was like, I'll go back. I'll find that Grey Man video, and it takes like 5 minutes to find that video on his bloody video list.
Yeah, I was doing videos a day for quite a while, but yeah.
Now it'd probably be easier now because you've slowed down a little bit. Getting into his old age, he can't keep it up anymore.
No, I could do. It was more psychological, really. It's like I put a video out a day out and I get like 20 views or whatever. And I thought, what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? Why am I bothering?
I feel like you're probably better off doing live streams because I think people like interacting with you as well, Gray. So I think your live streams, no?
Well, I don't know. The cover series is all right, but the Geeky Weekly we get about one person watching a week. That's about it.
Is it Werewolf?
No, he doesn't even watch it, actually. He's not even watching that one, I don't think. Anyway, it don't matter.
There's just so much content at the moment to try and keep up with what everyone's doing.
Mate, I don't keep up. I'm way out of the loop, mate.
I'll start bothering as well.
It's I don't
watch comic videos now.
How many I get but how many videos of LOC or FOC or whatever it is can you actually watch? I don't mind watching Marcus's one because sometimes it's FOC, sometimes it's just him
drama.
Yeah, blabbing on.
What the hell does FOC mean anyway? I don't even know what it means.
Final order cut off.
Oh, I don't watch that obviously because I don't buy new ones. Yeah,
but yeah, so if the show is random where they might do it, might not, you think about jumping on watching it. But if it's one of those ones who really does it, there's 5 of them.
I used to try to just watch everyone's video if I knew them, but now I just don't have time now because you know what happened. So I would say it's probably getting close to 2 years now since I've kind of dropped off from watching heaps. I still, tune in from time to time, but if you've got a video that makes me go, oh shit, I want to watch that. Like Grey Man's done some videos which are not comic book related. Like I fucking went to a haunted pub and I was like, oh, I want to watch that. So I watched that. But as far as just watching everyone's new comic book day hauls. Man, like there's so many of them. And what I started doing about 2 years ago is I started watching YouTube videos that wasn't comic book related, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that I liked other things.
Yeah.
YouTube's not just about comics.
That's right. So
Alright, I will get to the last item that I got for my C3 pickups this year. So I was very, very, I'm going to say very, very, very lucky to get a commission from Loch Nguyen or Madmonkey, who his Instagram link is in the description as well. And he was doing commissions and they were crazily priced, and I was not expecting what I got. He went way, way, way beyond what I think any commission I've gotten before has ever been close to. And he added in a
sketch card.
custom card in a
Oh,
custom case.
Cool.
So this is a 1 of 1 by Loch Nguyen, Rogue and Gambit. And
Where the hell did you get that case from?
He makes them himself.
Hmm.
So he actually does cards for proper sets. So like the Marvel, DC, Star Wars, he does proper commission cards, and then he actually does his own things. So
what's the QR code? Is it just his Instagram or something? Or?
I think so, but I haven't actually.
Or is it so I can download the digital version of your card?
I haven't actually scanned it to see. So after winning the commission with him, he sent me through a list of all the blanks he had, and he had a list of maybe I'd say 100 different blanks covers that you could choose from.
Whoa! Was this in the C3 box?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! So I haven't seen this. I saw you showed me the card the other day.
Didn't I show you the book?
The sketch cover.
Yeah.
I've never seen.
I showed it to Jin because I opened it. So
you love Jin
because I wanted to check what it was.
So what comic did you choose, and what character?
So I'm just grabbing it now. Give me a second, because there's a whole bunch more stickers and stuff in here. So when I won this commission, it was on the is it the Insomniacs group? The stream.
Comic Journeys.
Yeah, so I got a bunch more stickers. So I got Comic Journey sticker. This is Lock's sticker, Madmonkey. It also came with a thank you card. Artist Coffee Addict, Madmonkey. And he must be a Pikachu fan. I didn't notice, but I just noticed this now. It comes with a certificate of authenticity.
Bit blurry. Can't read it. Oh yeah, here you go. Original artwork.
Ultimate X-Men. Spoiler alert.
So, and
we read a love letter.
No, CGC's creator agreement.
What's that mean?
So I'm assuming that I can send this to CGC and
get graded.
He's confirming that it's him, his signature and stuff.
And his art. That's cool.
So, like I said, I was not expecting what I got. I picked Ultimate X-Men, and he goes to me, what do I want on it? And I just said to him, whatever you want to do, I'm fine with. And he kept asking and asking, and I said, just do Rogue or Gambit. And he goes, Rogue and Gambit? Okay. And then he ended up doing...
That's pretty cool.
So that's the Rogue.
Oh, he's done both sides. Bloody hell.
And he did Gambit
Is it a
on the back.
wraparound or two different pictures?
Wrap around.
No, it wraps around. So
I mean they're the same. Yeah, yeah. Cool. I didn't see his foot on the other side, so that's cool.
Super cool, man.
That's awesome.
So I cannot recommend the Gentleman Hire. Like he would send me updates and everything on how it was going.
It's kind of an interesting kind of like finish to it. It doesn't seem shiny. Is it like pencils or?
It is texture to the fuck. So he does pens and pencils and textures and then airbrushing, and there's like 6 or 7 layers on this thing.
I think if
and
you get
won
a t-shirt,
that was a prize.
I paid for it, but obviously because the money was going to C3 Comics Curing Cancer, he was doing deals. So he took on, I think, 3 commissions in the show, and I was lucky enough to get one, and it's just absolutely awesome.
you should get that, somehow scan it, get it printed on a t-shirt, like a Zarz collectibles and comics t-shirt, and have textured as fuck written as the text. And the X in textured could be like the X-Men logo.
You're the fancy one here. Maybe you can get it done for me.
So did he send you like the progress as he was doing the cover, did you say?
Yeah. So he sent me the penciled outlines. Then he sent me some photos as he started putting the color in and stuff.
Every time I've done got a commission from someone, I've always said to them, I don't want to see anything until I get it.
I didn't either. The first, like the actual pencils, I seen it by accident because I went on Instagram and he was posting the progress.
Yeah, because I feel like I saw pictures of that before, so
yeah.
I have seen it somewhere.
I sent you the pictures after I got them. But yeah, he sent me updates. Like most times when I get commissions, I just tell the artist to do whatever they want. Like if I give them my X-Men book, I'll say I don't care which character you pick, as long as it's an X-Men character. But yeah, with Locke, I said either Gambit or Rogue because he goes, which are your favorite characters? And I said Gambit and Rogue, and then he ended up doing both for me.
Cool.
So,
I can't stand Gambit myself, but each their own.
I think it's more just because I started getting into this stuff around the time he was coming around, and obviously the 92 X-Men cartoon had him as the big character. So
did you watch X-Men 97, Gray? When they brought it back, it was pretty good. Like I got into it. Like I didn't think I'd like it, but I was like, oh, it's pretty good.
It's slow. I mostly watch better YouTube videos. Mostly I'm watching politics and stuff like that nowadays.
Jesus,
see what
you are getting old.
Going on. So it's not good for your mental health, but
the X-Men 97 at least has a very, very good storyline to it. Like
I'm not sure if it's available on the channel that I can get. I started watching the new Batman cartoon. I watched about 4 episodes of that, but I've not gone back to it.
The new Batman animated series.
Oh, really?
I haven't watching the new Invincible cartoon as well.
Is that good? I want to watch that.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode or episode and a half, and I just lost interest.
Really? I want to watch it. I guess I want to kind of read some of the book first before I watch it though. But some people say
good read.
You don't need to. Yeah,
It's a good read.
It's a
Are you
very
capable of getting into the cartoon without knowing what's going to happen? Because there's a few like twists in the first series that you don't see coming, especially when you read. If you read the comic, I don't know. It's up to you, really. What you think you're
I
enjoy the most?
the way I've been going lately with my reading, I'm pretty sure I prefer watching it because
Yeah,
I've
watch the
read jack
cartoon.
shit
Yeah,
in the
you're
last
probably
couple of
right.
months.
it's a very full-on animation too, like the violence and the blood and the
Yeah, the
it's
comics
it's
pretty much
out
like
there.
that as well. Pretty bloody.
Yeah,
If we wait till Simon reads the comics, there'll probably be the remake of Invincible. That's like Invincible would have been like finished for about 10 years, and they've recommissioned it again.
The
It'll be a
reboot.
live action one before the time Simon gets around to reading the comic
the
books.
Ultimate Invincible, and then the Invincible 2099.
Then they put up on Instagram. I've read the first copy of Invincible, the first issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do have.
Go.
I was gonna say I do have. They did that reprint when they released the show, the animated series. They did like a reprint for comic shops. I do have that. So maybe I'll read that first issue and then I'll watch the show.
Okay. Invincible will get to issue 1000, and Simon will be reading #1.
Is it still going, Invincible? I'm not even sure if it's still going, is it? I don't really know.
I'm pretty sure it
I think
ended.
it stopped. I've got like
There's a lot to it.
What do you call it? Collected ones,
Yeah, and there's like 50 volumes or something, isn't there?
Trades. I've got about
There's a
10 trades or something of
There's
Invincible.
a lot of volumes.
I thought they redid it. Maybe it's not Invincible, just Invincible, but I'm pretty sure there was a book still coming.
A tie-in or something.
Yeah.
Spin-offs.
Right.
They're never gonna let a title like that did so well just.
No, that's not true. Because didn't Kirkham write it?
Yeah, he's got so many properties, isn't he?
Yeah,
So
he's got
he's
so
doing
much
all
crap
right.
going on. Like he probably just doesn't have time for it anymore.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's not going to go back to it.
It may be. He might get bored of it and just wanted to try new things. Like he's doing lots of his stuff does so well, doesn't it? That if he was just trying his hand at something else, he might as well do it.
Yeah, but that's what I would think he would do. Like he's got his new titles now. He'll do them for maybe 1-2 years. Then it gives him time to go back to Invincible with fresh ideas.
I'm not even sure what he did Evil Dead, didn't he? But he's got other things that I've not. Quite a few different things he's done, didn't he? So he did capes back in the day. I think he did capes, like a three-parter of like.
He's done heaps, and he does so many different things. Like they're not just a repeat, like cut and paste. Yeah. It's always something a little bit different, a little bit more unique, a little bit this. So, but I think it's just in him to be that sort of thing. So
creative.
Yeah, I would think after a while you'd revisit it, continue on, telling a different story. Then,
if you go away from that for a few years, you're getting some more ideas about it, thinking about it, and then maybe it will influence you to come back and do it again. All these new ideas you've developed,
and you're not forcing yourself to continue writing something if you don't have the idea there to keep it going.
Well, he's not coming back to bloody because Kirkham he's the guy who did Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to come back to that. Fuck, it's done.
No, but Walking Dead now is, I would say, something that can have a life of its own. Like you don't really need Kirkham involved because there's thousands of possibilities where you can go. You can go back telling stories from the person who died in the first book. You can go back telling stories of all these different.
It hasn't even got to be. It's just anything in that zombie world, isn't it? It could be a different country. You look at the TV show; they made a whole different spin-off of it, didn't they? With completely different.
Oh man, they're so. We started watching Walking Dead, I reckon, 2 years ago, and we watched all of it. It took us up until last year to watch it all, but then we got to the end, and we're like, well, I guess we'll watch these spin-offs that have been coming out, and they're all bad. Like. The Daryl Dixon one was so shit. I'm like, oh my god, I do not care about this dude being in Paris or wherever the hell he ended up. What's going on? WWE.
Hey, Wonder Woman. So
I'm not sure if I ever finished watching Walking Dead. He kind of like goes away for a while, the season ends, and then you forget about it. And I don't know if I've watched all of them or not. Last time I remember, they was under attack with the guy with the tiger and all that kind of thing. I don't know if it went on more series after that or what.
There was a lot more to it. The guy and the
Mm.
tiger. He became a big thing. Like I didn't think that character was going to last.
I haven't
I
watched
kind of got
it.
a bit bummed out of it. They let Negan live. Fuck me. Why the hell did they let Negan live? The guy's a fucking asshole. I don't care if he's cool. Put a fucking bullet in his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they have his redemption as well. So like it's kind of one of those weird things. Well, so
Fuck his redemption. Put a bullet in
the
his
weirdest
head.
thing is one of the spin-offs is Negan and Maggie.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? How? What? But yeah, the whole time, like, there's like tension and like she just wants to kill him in the whole show.
Yeah. That should be it. Negan and Maggie. First episode, she fucking cuts his fucking tendons in the back of his ankles and the back of his knees and throws him out to the zombies. That should be the fucking. And then series ended.
But that show went like. Remember? Can you remember the season where they, the people? What are they called? They pretend to be zombies. That gang.
Yeah.
And then at the end of one of the seasons, they just kill off like 5 of the main characters, and it's got all their heads stuck on the spikes. You remember that?
Yeah,
that was like a shocking.
yeah.
That was a shocking moment. I was like, "Holy shit!" You just killed off like 5 main characters, like off camera, pretty much.
I remember that.
I would assume that all of this started happening because of money.
Yeah, yeah. You guys, we can't. We got to cut our costs, so we just fire these 5 people.
Yeah,
because they would.
You wonder if the actors know about it. Like how soon before their character gets killed off they get told about it, or is it like you go onto the set for the day? Oh, by the way, today your character's dead. What?
Yeah, because there'd be people who read the script and they're like, I just won't show up for work.
Yeah.
So I've never watched it or read it. How true to the comic was it? Do either of you know?
So I haven't read it, but there's a lot different. It's heat. So Daryl Dixon doesn't exist in the comics.
Okay.
And he's one of the most popular characters in the show. Okay. And Negan's apparently way more brutal in the comic book as well.
Yeah, the baseball bat to the head scene was quite close to the. When I read that in the comic book, I couldn't believe he was dead. I was like, oh, he's really badly injured. I was thinking, and I thought, hold on a second, no, that's fucking Brain there. I thought they killed him off. Fucking hell! I was shocked by that one.
I remember. So I knew that was coming because as we were watching it, right? So Negan doesn't get introduced till like 3-4 seasons in, right? So I remember once Negan got introduced, I had flashbacks to remember when me and Russ used to do the streams. I had no interest in Walking Dead whatsoever, and because I started watching it, and Negan got introduced to the show, all of a sudden, I had this imagery of Russ going, "I'll never forgive Negan for killing Glenn." So I knew Glenn was going to die real badly.
Isn't Glenn the kid?
Glenn's the Asian dude.
Oh, all right.
That guy who plays Glenn also does the voice of Invincible, doesn't he? On the comic, on the cartoon. Yeah. Stephen Yeun or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Isn't he going to be? Didn't they say he was going to be in the MCU as
He was meant to be Sentry, and then he pulled out.
Oh, he pulled out
because I think all the delays and stuff. He had something else on.
It's pretty crazy. Sorry, go.
Is that the guy who plays Negan? Is he the guy who played the comedian in the Watchmen film?
Yeah. And he played Bruce Wayne's father in one of the Batman movies.
Okay.
What? Which one?
The
Nolan one?
I'm not sure if it's Nolan's one or thing, but he plays Bruce Wayne's father.
Really?
Yeah. It's only a short scene.
Why did IMDb not come up when I looked it up?
Well, either way, while you're looking up that and just looking in your Crow book in your background, you know the director of the movie is coming to Supernova, yeah?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, what would I get him to sign? I guess I've got a VHS tape.
Yeah.
And the 4K steelbook. I don't know if I'm that. I don't know, man. Signatures. So he's the director, was he?
That's what
Alex Proyas or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Mate, Dave, can you
The
not?
link's literally at the top
There's
there.
only
You not
3
see it?
comments away.
I wasn't saying anything. I was like, but yeah, he's from what I read, he's the director of that, and he's done a few other big movies.
Just trying to find Negan. Negan. Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, he was in Supernatural.
Yeah, Supernatural is what Sarah knows him from.
Yeah, he plays the
Watchmen.
father in Supernatural. He's the comedian in Thing, and
I don't see anything about Batman. Oh wait, Batman versus Superman. He was Thomas Wayne, and he was uncredited.
yeah.
Okay, well, I've only seen that movie once, so I don't even remember.
So yeah, he played the father in the death scene
In the Snyderverse.
where they got shot. So
Weird. Why wouldn't they credit him? That's a bit strange, isn't it?
because
You hate the movie so much, you didn't want to be credited.
He was in it for like 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah, but still, if he's a big name. But I think sometimes they don't want people to know because it comes up on IMDb well before, so all your spoilers are going to be if you just go to IMDb and look up the actors in it.
And that's why
you can't spoil Thomas Wayne getting killed because everyone knows that. It's been 80 years ago or whatever it is.
Yeah, but you can spoil who plays him.
Right. Does it matter? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my God, Negan's going to be Thomas Wayne. Yes, he's in The Boys. So I remember because I only started watching The Boys 6 months ago as well. So
give me a second. We got someone else in the background.
What country is he tuning in from? Oh, he's at
home.
Oh, okay. What is this? The Brits gang up on the Aussies. All right.
Yeah.
Mate, don't worry about the Brits ganging up on the Aussies. My latest London videos, like the Londoners and the Brits have all come behind me. So good on them.
Really?
Yeah.
This is news to me.
Mate, did you watch the latest video?
No.
No. Well, you're clearly not one of those subscribers that pushed me over the edge to 2,000 plus.
Oh, good.
Well done.
2,000 subs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well done, mate. Well done.
Congratulations.
So what, you come to London or something?
I went to London, did the whole I did the my latest video is what's it called? Let me just dig it out. I can't even remember.
It was a big homecoming, was it, Dave? All the Brits were like, "Oh, one of us, one of us."
There you go.
I always thought it was an Aussie. I didn't really recognise an English accent. I always thought it was an Aussie.
He was Aussie, mate.
You wish. Technically, well, I actually am Aussie now, so there is no escape. I'm full on, but it was great to be back, albeit briefly, and I had 4 days of sunshine, which I took as a sign of conquering Australian coming back and telling the UK how to actually put the weather on.
Well, was you from London originally?
No, I was Birmingham originally, and then lived in London for a little while. So
right.
Yeah.
What part did you live in?
Huh?
What part of London did you live in?
Southwest, so Wandsworth, that area. It was pretty good. Oh, I always remember going to work and you'd get into Waterloo and you'd walk across the bridge. And at that point, I always just used to look across and go, it's a bloody good place to live. And then I lived in Australia and went, this is better.
Really?
Hardly.
It is.
You're a trait. You're a trait to your countrymen.
Here's the real question, Dave. What's better, Vegemite or Marmite?
Vegemite.
What's stronger?
Get out of town.
Without
no wonder
question.
You moved.
Without question.
What's better than cold beer or warm beer?
You're having a giraffe, mate.
No, I'm being serious. Yes, I'm not having a giraffe. I'm being serious. It is Marmite.
Werewolf knows where it's at.
Yeah, werewolf's another fake Aussie.
Werewolf is a step above you other convicts. You know what I mean?
Marmite.
He knows
What the hell, Marmite? No chance. Marmite is like, I can't even eat Marmite now.
Wow.
It's too sweet.
And
sweet.
I'm not a convict. I come from Walmart, so
What's that, Zarz? I missed.
my parents are European. They didn't come chained
yeah.
up, so I'm not a convict.
No, you all are, because as far as we're concerned, you all are. It doesn't matter how many centuries ago it was. Or if you moved
What's that
there
make me then?
recently.
What's that make me?
It's the convict spirit that drives you there.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. It's. Here's the thing that I love about Australia. It might have had some origins of interest, but it is a very multicultural society, which I enjoy tremendously. Where we're all in it together and we are all one country.
What is it in England? What happens over there?
What is it there? I'm not going to
It's
say.
multicultural for sure.
Yeah, I would say so.
I thought most places were these days.
Well,
Yeah,
I think England has a like. Let's not get into that because I'm really not interested in sort of like
I'm not going to say I've visited a big amount of London, but the bits I did was very multicultural.
Yeah, no, it is. But I think Australia is like when you are naturalized in terms of like coming in, it's less about cultural boundaries, but we're all in it. We're a team Australia is the way I like to think of it.
Okay.
It's very welcoming. It's like, you know, this is the country and it is a great country to live in. And it is a great country to be a part of. And I am very proud to be Australian. Thank you very much.
You're getting there, mate. You're getting there. Keep talking like that. We'll make you an honorary Australian. For now.
Once you lose the accent, then you can say that.
Mate, I've got the accent. When I went back home, everyone was like going, "Oh my God, you sound so Australian."
They say that because you're from
there that makes you sound a bit Aussie, like, and like when you listen to enough, you think you can detect like the origins kind of thing. But I think a few times I've seen you, I thought you was Aussie.
Well, that's the point, right? A lot of everyone in Aussie goes, "You sound English." Everyone outside, God, you're so Aussie. You can't believe you're English.
You know what you sound like? If that's what people describe you, you sound like the actors in American movies that try to portray Australians. They always put on an English accent.
So the worst is when I'm back with my family, I switch completely, and you'll understand this, Gray, right? So in London, the regional dialects in the UK, I don't think there's anywhere in the world that has such regional differences in terms of accents, right?
Yeah.
So there's certain things that I will say, like fish and chips, right? Like, great, I can see him smiling, right? Because he knows straight away where that's come from. But the vast majority of people are going to go, I have no idea what you know, where that accent's coming from. In the UK, there's like probably about 30 or 40 different regional accents where people sound completely different.
People down in Frankston sound different here.
Yeah, no, but it's far more pronounced in the UK. It is actually ridiculous. You know,
I noticed that in the UK before. So
where are they from in Snatch, Lockstock? Where are those guys from?
London.
That's London, isn't it?
Yeah,
because they're pretty
London, like Cockneys.
I think that is fair to say for a lot of European countries. There's a lot of like different dialects and things between.
Oh yeah, but it's not as pronounced. Like, I'm serious. You could literally drive 30 minutes and it's a completely different accent. Like Nottingham versus Birmingham versus Liverpool, Manchester. But like, give you a good example. Manchester and Liverpool. They are what? How far are they away, Gray? They're like what, 50 miles?
Not that far. They're sort of like Midlands, kind of like just across from each other, aren't they?
Yeah, and it's like, are you shitting me? They're completely different accents.
Yeah, the perception of the Birmingham accent is like all that kind of like high pitched, kind of You know what I mean? That's the perception we have.
I can do it really easily. I just all right, how you doing? It's great to see you all today. So if you listened, so my favourite YouTuber is MJ Comics, and he sounds exactly like that.
Yeah.
That's what. So I came from where MJ comes from, and I used to talk like that because that's how I was brought up. But I don't talk like that anymore. And then you go to Liverpool, and it's like, "How are you doing, mate? It's really good to." Oh, well, man, that's probably messed that one up.
That won't far off.
You know, there's so much, and then there's Yorkshire, and then there's like Manchester. It's just all over the place.
I have got a mate up in County Durham, and he rang me up the other day for something. Like, and I haven't spoken to him for ages. I'm like literally long time ago. Last time I spoke to him, I couldn't understand a fucking word he was saying. Like you have to sort of concentrate really sort of hard to like they say the same. Obviously, the language is exactly the same, but the inflections are so different on all the different words. So you takes you like a minute to work out what was just said. It doesn't like automatically. You have to sort of. It's almost like you're translating it in your head. Like it was really weird. I could only pick up every other sentence. It was hard work.
Hard to get.
I remember I had a pen pal in Burnham as well, and she said she couldn't understand me because I talked too quick. The Londoners talk too quick, apparently.
Can someone explain?
Great. Actually, Werewolf by a Long Time has a good point, Zarz, right? You can't get decent crisps over here.
Now, when you say crisps, do you mean chips?
That's what I was just about to ask.
You mean chips?
Chips. And the other thing that's interesting, and I want to ask Gray about this, right? Walkers just changed the colours of the chips back to what originally they were from. What was the other one that was the other crisp company?
Golden Wonder.
Golden Wonder. So now
this is interesting. Did you just watch a video about this on YouTube?
I saw that video and I was like,
I saw it yesterday as well.
It's like, what the hell? Like, it makes sense. Cheese and onion should be green.
And I know, always in my head they should be green. And I don't know why Walker's changed it to blue. It's ridiculous.
Because green goes with cheese and onion. So it's like, but blue is tart. So blue.
Now, wait a sec. Sean, what color represents cheese and onion here?
Yellow.
That's right.
Correct.
Cheese and onion is yellow.
Yellow should be
green for the onions.
Yellow is chicken in the UK.
Chicken is green.
Chicken is green, or light and tangy is normally green here.
No, chicken is yellow in the UK. Am I correct, Gray, or not?
Pink.
Pink is prawn cocktail.
Beef and mustard brown.
Do you have prawn cocktail chips?
Yes.
Crisps.
So they released them here. I did a video. Aldi had them. They were like Smith's chips, but they were prawn cocktails. Like, that's the weirdest flavor ever. So I bought it.
I never ate them. They're the most disgusting thing ever.
Well, Werewolf. They happen to be Werewolf's favorite thing in the world.
What about scampi and lemon?
They're scampi and lemon. Do you remember those? My favorite snacks used to be the scampi fries, green packet, right?
Tastes like mint.
Bacon, bacon bites. Do you remember those? Same company, but they were delicious.
I remember them,
I got back to the UK, and the first thing I nicked from one of our kitchens was a pack of salt and vinegar Monster Munch.
Oh yeah.
But I was disappointed they didn't have the roast beef ones.
Were they salt and vinegar or pickled onion?
Pickled onion. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
Pickled onion.
Yeah.
So pickled onion, and then the one I was after was the yellow roast beef.
Yeah.
Which they don't have. And then I got a Tunnocks caramel bar.
Oh yeah.
Just to stop for a second, are all these flavors standard long-term chip flavors or crisp?
Oh shit, yeah. Monster Munch has been around for years.
Mm.
In fact, I'm going to find a video and I'm going to give it to you, Zarz, so you can.
Lisa's son, he's like on the autistic spectrum, and he doesn't have much food that he eats, but he lives on Monster Munch, pickled onion flavor, and Wotsits, cheesy Wotsits. Those are his two crisps that he'll eat, like 3 or 4 packs a day.
So Monster Munch compared to what we have here, Dave, what's comparable?
Hang on. What? Sorry, what we say, Sean?
So Monster Munch What's
there's no comparison. They are literally a UK thing, and I've got something to share with you, and I am going to bring it up.
Pickled onion monster munch are so strong as well, aren't they? Their flavour on there's like it takes the skin off the roof of your mouth. They're
takes the skin off the roof, exactly.
They do, don't they? It's like licking a battery or something. It's like battery acid flavoured crisps.
Right, ready for this, Sean?
Yep.
Here we go.
These monsters would like to tell you something. Right, boys, off you go. What they're trying to say is they just love Smith's new Monster Munch. Hunks of crunchy snack that come in monster-sized bags. Monster Munch. Bags of snack for only 7p.
7p, what a bargain.
I do remember.
7p.
I feel like
I've had them before, but a very, very long time ago. The first time I went to London, back in 2006.
Monster Munch.
I remember the package.
Star Bars, one of my favourites. I miss Star Bars. My other one, and maybe Gray will know this, and I always remember as a kid, there was this advert for Hanky Panky.
Hanky Panky?
Do you remember Hanky Pankies?
No, was that a snack? I never heard of Hanky Panky as a snack.
Hanky Pankies. It was this advert that was like, it was a chocolate bar with nuts. And the idea, I'll find the ad, but it was just this weird thing. And I never actually tasted it, but I always remember is the ad where basically this guy he sees a woman struggling with her shopping bag, and he offers to help to get her shopping bag in the house. And he says, all I ask is some hanky panky. Right?
I've seen that ad.
Slaps in the sheet.
He literally slaps.
Hey, Marcus.
That makes sense.
I'm going to try and find it. It's the funniest thing. And
Even
it
the
never
Monster Munch ad looks really familiar.
Is
they tried them over there, but they just took off. Maybe
Lion Bar a UK thing?
Lion bars are cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got another one for you, Zarz. I've popped it up.
All right, let's see.
Okay for a little hanky-panky, madam. I only offered you a little nibble.
They're all at it. Munching new hanky-panky from Pascal. Mind you, with those crunchy peanuts and those crispy corn puffs coated with all that caramel, it's a right good nibble.
You'll never know how good it is until you try it.
We all like a bit of hanky-panky now and again, don't we?
I don't remember them at all. Those are weird. I don't remember the company even. Pascal, I don't remember that brand even.
It didn't last long, but I just loved the idea of this thing called hanky panky.
Never took off.
Pascal's is an Australian company, isn't it?
Yeah, they make those. They make the chocolates with They make the chocolates with the thing in the center. Don't they?
Yeah, and they make the tubes as well.
I don't know.
Would you like a little bit of hanky panky, madam?
I have to get going. Sean messaged me the Supernova thing, and also before you go, you got to give me the thing.
Oh, before you go, Simon.
Yeah.
Very important. Are you going to give me that book to take with me or not? I've got a week and a half to go.
Wait, when are you going?
26th.
Oh, you mean the book to get graded?
And you need it pressing, right?
I was going to potentially get it pressed, yes.
Well, if you can get it to me in the next week, I can press it, clean it, and then I'll submit it and we'll work out some... We'll work it out.
Okay. Because if I'm going to get that book and it's going to cost me as much as you guys keep scaring me, then maybe I get... Because I want to get a few books slabbed, and that would be the only time I ever do this. But if that's going to cost as much as you guys keep saying it's going to cost me, then maybe I just get that done for now, and then...
Well, why don't you just... Let's just play offline, but ultimately, get the books that you want graded, give them to me, we can work it out, and then we'll come to some. We'll work it out. It won't be like heart wrenching.
Okay.
Stuff.
It's scary. It's scary. All right. Well, anyway, and Sean, you got to send me the stuff because I got to send my package to someone soon before you go.
All right. No, it's
Cool.
just remind me exactly what you're talking about.
All right, Gray. Always a pleasure, mate. Hopefully, we can do this again. Good to see you.
See you later, mate.
Talking about how Vegemite's so much better than Marmite. Bye.
Yeah.
Vegemite is so much better than Marmite.
That's right.
Insipid. It's insipid.
I haven't tried either, so they're both.
It depends where you spread it.
I best enough as well, actually, because I've got to go and have some breakfast. Not having breakfast yet.
I come on and Gray, everyone disappears. We haven't even met on stream yet.
Oh, I'll come back in a minute with my breakfast, and I'll eat you while I'm chatting to you then.
Yes, do that. It's all right. We can turn your camera off and you can talk. Sean, what's going on?
I will show the last 2 pickups from the weekend, and then we can stay chatting for the rest. So I picked up. You missed all the other books, but.
Oh, I see. The First Miles Morales. Signed by whom? Bendis?
No, Clayton Crane.
Oh, Mr. Clayton Crane.
And it is
world famous for acetate. And also Lock Up Your Wives.
This is the second printing. So
very good. Did you not
starting to pick up?
I've got a Clayton Crane. I've got something to show you from Clayton Crane.
No, give me 1 second. I'll make you big.
If I can find it. Just give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourself, Sean.
I'll show the last book.
Yeah, you do that. Don't make me big. That's it.
Yeah. This isn't solely, if it's not my pickup, it was a friend's pickup. But we have an Amazing Spider-Man.
Ooh.
300.
Newsstand or direct? Direct.
So, yeah, I was going to pick up this book, but my mate is more of a Spidey fan than I am, so I let him have it. Hey, Captain Zara. I thought you might like that, Marcus.
I can't find it.
Just you can't find your Carlton Crane.
I've got a Clayton Crane Warlock
Okay.
commission. Hang on. I will try and find it. Hang on.
Marcus, are you still going crazy on getting the Something is Killing the Children covers or the variants? Because I think I might have one that you might not have if you are. So, as I was saying before with Thing, this was the first real show that I picked up books from since Heroes, considering how much I bought while I was there. So, stayed a little bit slow. Let's see. I told myself I was going to slow down on buying with issue 41. So, I've got one that is I think a 1 in 400. Not 1 in 400, 1 of 400. Something is Killing the Children covers. But when I was doing the research, Marcus, to see what it was and that, the amount of variant covers there is for that book is freaking crazy.
Oh, I can't find it.
It's all good.
Oh, I can't find it. It's so annoying. I've got so many bloody books now. It's like can't
You had
find them.
so many bloody books before. You just keep adding to it.
Oh, I was joking on West Coast Avengers stream today. I was like, I'm going to post a video saying I quit.
Yeah.
Where I'm like I'm not buying anymore because I've got to sort through everything I've got.
Ben Parker is getting out of the game. He's selling up.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I'm not selling up. I'm just like
Yeah.
I just need to sort of like take a. I've got like I can't show you. Well, actually, maybe I can. Actually, let's show you. All right. Let's show you. So, can you see all of this?
Yeah.
Like, this is all. I haven't even touched this and talked about it on the channel yet.
Jesus.
And then there's all this down here. Like, you know, secret. I've got a whole stack of Secret Wars that I have to go through. I've got Secret Wars figure. I'm swimming in stuff. And yeah, just don't. I've got to just stop buying.
Yeah. When you tell yourself you need to stop buying, that's when you don't.
Oh, like, no, it's not that. And the thing is, it's not like I'm spending a ton of money. It's just
you keep getting good deals and seeing good things that you
can't.
And
then yeah, exactly. And you're like, oh god.
That's why I stayed away from everything after Heroes, because I had just bought that much and I needed to sort through everything and
stuff. I've got seriously, Sean. I've got I shit you not. I've got all of that I just showed you. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different piles. No. 11, 12, 13 different piles of like stuff that I'm 14 that I've got to do videos on. Yeah, so I've got like this idea that, oh, you don't know how to make, like, there's not enough stuff to talk about on videos. I have no problem there.
Yeah.
The issue is that you just to make it. Yeah.
Are you a reader, 35?
Yes. And that's the other challenge I find with YouTube. And I don't know how you feel about it, right? I'm trying to work out ways that I can get more and more of the reading type stuff on the channel. And the problem with that is then if you do that, then you end up with like a 2 or 30-minute video, right? Versus a 10-minute video. So you have to do like 1 or 2 books or like a really small run.
Yeah.
To get because you end up like losing viewers as you go. But you want to really do justice to these books, right? Oh, I have an answer to that question. But you go first, Gray.
I've got some bags and boards, yeah. Some bags and boards. But well, no, actually, no, just bags. I haven't got boards as well. Just bags, back to front in the box kind of thing. And I just got the first Dread like last month or so, and I'm that's number 1 in it. There's number 2. Yeah. I just got that one. Yeah, just got that one the other day. But do you know Splat Comics, who comes on my channel sometimes? He's got a stack for me that I'm going to be buying off him slowly, which is going to fill up the rest of my 2000 AD run, the early issues. And it's like, I don't know, bags and balls impossible with 2000 AD. It was so expensive. Or nice.
So, Gray, if you want bags and boards, mate, I can give you a place to write to. I flew back from London, and I shit you not, I had 1 suitcase, massive suitcase, full of 800 bags and boards for 2000 AD, because the cost to get that back to Australia was ridiculous, and I just loaded up and put them all in there. So I've got 800 bags and boards on top of the already like thousands I've got.
Wow.
To sort of cover that, because they're the most annoying comic books in the world ever. from a bag and boards perspective. But there are
Mm.
at least 3 places in the UK you can get them. Then I can help you out there.
They're bloody expensive as well, though, aren't they? What I've seen.
No, there's a place called JR's Comics and Collectibles. It costs like, I think £8 for the bags and about £10
How many?
for the boards.
I'll be back in a second.
Oh, fuck
100.
me. That's fucking good. Pardon language.
100, and
Wow.
I've used them a lot, and I've got now almost 3 runs of 2000 AD from 1 to 500.
Right.
And I've got 1 run from 1 all the way to present day. So someone in Australia bought the whole lot, and I've literally got every single 2000 AD and Judge Dredd book that's ever came out.
Wow. That's cool.
And I'm about to do, because I just hit 2,000 subs. So my celebration for 2,000 subs is going to be the 2000 AD first 20 issues giveaway to my one lucky winner who's going to have to jump through hoops to get them.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Okay. So just quickly, Marcus, this is the book I was talking about.
Why doesn't Marcus jump on?
It's like 6 a.m. in the morning for him.
Mate, he's on the chat. He can jump in. Like, let's get some controversy on. Let's get some, no one else in the US is watching right now. He can say whatever he likes.
I try to stay away from controversy.
Mate.
But...
Marcus knows how I feel about it. Marcus knows
I'm only at 200 subscribers, so no one's going to see it.
Mate, no one's going to see it anyway, so that's exactly...
Marcus knows he's always welcome on.
Marcus should come on, because I honestly, I can't wait for Heroes and catching up with Marcus. And then watching him edit his video and do freeze frames of everyone he sees. He's going to have a real struggle this year, because last year was an easy number. This year there's going to be 60, 70 to 80 different YouTubers. So he's going to have, his editing skills are going to get pressured.
Yeah.
What's the controversy then going on?
Mate, there's always controversy when Marcus is involved.
Were you whose stream was I watching? And the guy who came on and went sick at what's his name?
No. So Razor.
Yeah.
So I like Ray a lot, right? He's much maligned. He's made a few choice statements, but deep down he's a decent guy. I think the issue is that he's on the outskirts, and so the biggest problem is that he's it's like Sticky, right? They want to have this their version of content, and when they stick to comics and they do good stuff, and then when they do the rage bait stuff, they rage bait. But the problem is it sort of burns bridges. So it's look, they. Sticky. I have my own view on, and I'm not ever going to talk about that one. That's fine. But Razor is one of these people that his heart's in the right place. I think he is just trying to find his way in content. That's the way I see it. And circumstances will probably pop in there and say the same thing. I'd hope.
I don't get why he went
everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone learns by those mistakes. And, he does good content, and then he does rage bait content, and it's okay, just make a decision, because rage bait stuff, in all honesty, does not last.
I've never. So the first time I've seen him was when he jumped on that stream and just started going crazy at Brian.
Yeah, but he was pissed. Look, again, Brian. again, heart's in the right place. He made a mistake. He actually admitted it on MJ's stream.
Oh,
It's one of those things, right? Like I was always an advocate of like both of them getting together and just hammering out, and just Brian needed to properly apologize, and Razor needs to sort of calm the farm.
Yeah, but from what I seen on that stream, it doesn't look like Razor wants to.
Mate, Razor was pissed off that night. Again, it's like we've got to look at it at both sides. You can't just look at it from one side. They all have
Just
views.
Brian LCS.
Yeah.
Like Brian made a mistake. Brian didn't necessarily come forward as quickly as he could have done, right? And equally raised, and I get it, right? Like people were pissed off, and I would like he should never have said what he did, and he shouldn't have used his own award ceremony as a way to do it. But Brian recognizes that, right? I think he could have been a little bit faster in apologizing, but I you know, the easy way to solve this is like both of them to get in a room and on their own and not on bloody YouTube, and just go, okay, I made a mistake. Yes, I made a mistake. Let's apologize and move. Because Razor did that with Izzy, and that's fine there, right?
Yeah.
So, you know,
I don't know enough about what happened in the middle of the two things that I know that happened.
I just want everyone to get along, because it's like we're a niche community as it is. We can't afford to be fighting amongst ourselves.
That's correct. And there's a lot of stupidity in what we choose to fight about at the same time sometimes.
Mate, we're basically a bunch of kids talking about stuff that we used to love when we were kids.
Yeah.
We're like grown men. We can't afford to be fighting over shit.
No.
That's why
fussing and fighting, as I think a lyric once said. Sure, I heard that as a lyric somewhere.
Yeah. I just not avoid it, but I just stay.
Well, I always do too. Like the only reason I'm doing it, like talking about it now, is because it's, you know, I get to the point where it's like, look, I like everyone's channels. I like watching everyone's channels. I like watching the content. When it gets to negativity, I turn off. I'm very much of the point that we all love this hobby, and we should all be supporting each other, regardless of, you know. That's how I feel, and I just feel like there's Razor has his own niche, and if he, you know, you can't tell people what to do on their channels because that's their channels.
That's right.
But I just think, like, you know, the two of them, I'd love them to get together and just talk it through off camera. None of this like drama shit. Sort it out, and just we're all able to move on, because they're both good. They're both really nice blokes.
I think they might need a mediator, but
no, anyway. And you know, I think when it gets to personal attacks, that's when it gets annoying, because it's like, come on, you don't know half the, like, really, you don't know what's going on in these people's lives. So let's just get on. Let's just enjoy. You know, I don't. There's certain people in that. It's like life. There's certain people you don't get on with as well as you get on with others.
That's right.
But that doesn't mean you treat that person you don't get on with like shit.
No.
And I found in this community, there's always going to be those people that you can just gravitate to naturally and easily. And it got proved to me so much at Heroes, just by the fact that half of us had never met each other.
Well, Sean, you know how much I hate you.
Yeah, I do. But I still let you on my channel. But just even that first night at Heroes, Dave, when we went.
No, that was brilliant. I've still got that. I haven't done that video yet. I'm going to do that video.
Yeah,
I'm going to do that video.
13, 14 different YouTubers. Obviously, the Americans may have met before, but half of them never met us, and just sat down, started drinking, started chatting, and it was like we were known each other for 30 years.
That's the thing that I like the most, is the fact that I didn't know. So this is why I'm annoyed Marcus isn't coming on. So come on, Marcus, because we need you right now. So I remember standing at the bar with you at Heroes Con, and Digger Jim comes over, introduced. I knew Digger, so I was okay. I was like, I did straight. Marcus wanders over and like shakes my hand. Says, "It's good to see you, Dave." And I'm like, I have no idea who you are, right? And it wasn't until like the like literally about half an hour later, I was like, oh shit, that's because you don't realize we're all on YouTube presenting and doing all this stuff, right? And you forget how much of an impact you have in terms of the people that you meet or see, or we don't even see them. You're presenting, they feel like they know you, but you don't know them, right? But Heroes was so good in that regard because suddenly I'm like going, wow, I know all these amazing YouTubers. And I came away from that weekend feeling like I had like my friend group went from like 2 or 3 to, geez, I know all these guys. And my watch list went through the roof.
Yeah. Even like my subscribers jumped up like crazy after Heroes. And just, it was so, in saying that, I had the same experience when I was in the UK meeting Gray. I'd obviously chatted with him before through Simon's stream, but meeting someone in person, it's a whole different story. But it was like we'd known each other for God knows how long. Spent the whole day running around, talking, chatting about everything. It's just, you don't get that much with people these days. It's very hard to find just a person that you can spoken to a few times, meet in person instantly.
That's super important, Sean, and I think that's the point that I'm trying to make about.
Yeah,
we as a community cannot afford to be fighting with each other.
I think a lot of people see, so I don't know the situation with him.
Ignore that. I'm just talking about the
with everything, but like I think that people might look at it in a way as well, like someone just joins YouTube, instantly jumps to 2,000 subscribers, and then you got people who have been on for a long time, feel like they're putting in all this time, all this effort, and don't get the subscribers, don't get the followers, and then they think they have to do that thing that's different or that thing that's gonna get them that, and they don't look at the outcome of what's going to happen by actually doing it.
But I think that's the problem, right? This is like YouTube it's like an echo chamber, right? And it's also quite isolating.
Yeah.
Unless you actually make those connections, you tend to shout into the wind a little bit. And if you're not getting those connections, you don't get that sort of self-regulation around what's right and what's wrong. And I love CJ. CJ is a good example, right? He has his persona on YouTube, but when you meet CJ in person, you realize what that person is. And then again, another great guy. And he's advised other YouTubers about like live streams and how they should present themselves. But even CJ got unstuck with that, right? So you always have to be just a little bit mindful of what's going on, and just I always center it on the fact that, like Gray, I've never met you before, right? But straight away now I'm like, oh, I'll go and find Gray out and we'll just work out what stuff he likes and try and understand that. And
It's funny. I thought I had met you before, but I thought I must have just watched you on a stream. I've seen you on a stream, and I thought for some reason I thought I was in there, but I probably wasn't. I really just saw you on this stream another time.
I don't think you've ever been on a stream before.
No, probably not. In my head, I thought we had been, but my brain's rubbish for remembering things properly.
You know DVH, right?
DVH?
Dr. Van Hoot.
Who? Oh, Dr. Van Hoot. Who?
Mr. Von Hoot.
Yeah, and I've seen I've watched him, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, this is the thing. Like, it's funny. It's like I'm from the UK, but I have literally no idea about the whole sort of like UK side of the comic book community, right? Like, other than MJ maybe and a couple of others.
Yeah. Geeky Pete's a good channel for UK channel.
Yep, Geeky Peak.
Triple G.
What we need is a
He
modder.
does
We need
lots
to
of
get you a
stuff.
modder. Actually, do you know what, Zarz? When we get a chance tomorrow, make me a moderator. So when someone like that comes up, we can pop it in the chat so that everyone can follow them. Because that's one good thing of getting more and more subs, right? Is whenever I'm doing a live stream, Christina or Richard will just chuck the link in. So when we mention someone like that, basically they automatically get followed, right? Or they at least get the link in the chat.
You'd have to explain to me how to.
We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. Don't just call me separate.
No stress. So Simon actually finally gave me the package.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What was in it?
So I had my only slab win and my lock commission. So
have you shown him yet? Or was this it?
I did. So
nice. Make yourself big.
It's a wraparound as well.
Honestly, have you had anything done by Lock Gray?
No, I don't commission stuff. I'm only about collecting the comic books. I'm not interested in slabs or anything like that.
No, well, the thing with Lock is you can do it without having it slabbed, and actually, honestly, get something done by Lock because he's not expensive either. He's a real community artist.
No, all my money just goes into buying back issues. That's all my collecting does, really.
Dave, Gray is you and Gray will get along with the sort of stuff you like and collect. So
well, what do you want? What are you looking for, Gray? Because I might send you something.
Mostly, I'm into old DC nowadays. So what it is, like, I stopped collecting. I used to get just nothing but moderns. Yeah, up to 2013 when I stopped collecting, and then when I started making content. Like literally, I wasn't doing anything on YouTube for comics. And then 2018, I started thinking, what else can I show on my YouTube channel? Oh no, all these comic books I've got. I wonder if anyone would be interested in those. And that was like 5 years after I stopped collecting. So I was just showing my comic books, and that then I found out the community, and that got me into buying stuff again. But rather than buying moderns, I wanted to pick up stuff that I hadn't managed to get back in the day. So like finishing off like sections of runs for old Marvel, old DC. But the stuff I like the most now, which I never really bought back at all back in the day, is like stuff that's come out before I was born, so like early 60s rather than 70. So this is part of my to read pile at the moment. Got some nice old Superman.
Like DC Silver.
DC Silver is really I really like. But I am collecting lots of. Well, I've got lots of ones on my Marvel list as well. But trouble is, I've got so much comics and so little room and. And it's like every now and again, I think, I should sell me Marvel, stop trying to finish the Marvel runs off. But I can never sort of be sensible and like say, oh, I'm not going to buy those because I can't believe I've got the space. And so
here's the question I was going to do a video on this, and I'd love both of your opinions on this. So I have this view that gives you joy, right?
I've got some thoughts on that as well. Yeah, it's kind of like a fleeting thing, isn't it? It's like a kind of because I do suffer with mental health, depression kind of stuff, and like it gives me a little bit of I like looking at them, just seeing them. Like that makes me happy to go through and have a look at the covers. I think they look great, and like when I get a little batch, but like you get a new batch of comics, 5 minutes later, it's like, I feel like I need some more comics now. So it's kind of like I don't know, some kind of I don't know therapy or something. I don't know what it is.
It's funny. I have a different view, right? Like if I couldn't collect, so I've got this view that if I couldn't collect another comic tomorrow, I'd be happy with what I've got, and I would. So I think, for me, it's about. I love what I've got. Like I'm with you. I'm chasing the stuff that I didn't get. So the whole Silver, I was never Silver Age, right? Now I'm like completely Silver. I was lucky enough to own. Probably one of the best Golden Age comic books ever recently. And I've just got rid of it. it didn't give me any. It didn't get like it gave me a bit of joy to be able to say I owned it.
Yeah.
But now I've moved on from it. But I'm like, if you give me a Bronze Age comic from my era like those, I am like, that brings me joy. That brings me complete joy.
Yeah.
And I don't
like the old ones.
I don't have the feeling that you've got, which is like when I've got it, I go, 5 minutes later, I'm like, I'm looking for the next thing. I'm actually going, I really enjoy holding that item. I have mine is the opposite problem. I have a real problem letting stuff go. That's why I can't sell. I've got a room full of comics that I'm struggling to sell because I go, I really like it. I don't want to let it go.
But my big thing now is I don't get any real joy out of buying modern books. Like
no, I'm with you.
Buying a weekly pull list. Right now, I'm doing it because there's the 2 or 3 runs that I started collecting and I just want to finish. So when the runs end, I'm not adding more runs to it. But
I've got one for you. Let me just find it for you because the one I picked up today, and it's one of the few moderns that I was like, oh, shit, I really like that, and I'm very happy to have picked that one up. Just give me 1 second.
My big thing is just finding the books that I want, like my X-Men run, Grey, and my Defenders run. I want to focus on something that I like and that I really want.
My Defenders run a little while back.
I finished it last year as well. I got the last book, but just
I've read them all now.
You've read it? I haven't. It's something that I want to do. Like I say to myself with my X-Men run, I started reading the trade. I bought the first trade that was 1 to 10, I think, the first 10 books. And I started reading it because I said, obviously, I don't want to read my books, but there's something in me to finish the actual collection and I know I have them. I don't want to read it in case I want to actually go back and open the actual books and read them, because it's just something, it looks different reading it in a trade than it does in actual book. Is that the new one that just come out?
Oh, seriously, I love Red Hulk anyway. You can keep your Whatnot exclusives for all I care. That is a cover, and
is that the one that came in the black plastic bag?
No, this is the new series of Hulk, the Red Hulk, under World Under Doom, foil cover. And the thing that I love the most, I don't know if you can see this, is his eyes are like, you can see it a little bit, right?
A little bit of silver.
Yeah, his eyes have got silver. It's such a sick cover. I was like, and it was $20 in Australia, which is I'll take that any day. Look at it. It
almost looks like it almost looks 3D almost.
Yeah, it's
really good. Yeah. And I was going back to what I was talking about.
Stuff like that, love it.
Yeah. Going back to what I was talking about a bit earlier. Sometimes I think stop buying comics and start rereading all my comics, because I want to sort of start reading them through every single box I've read. Because what's the point of collecting if you're never going to be able to read them again? It's so. I don't know if I'll ever get around to doing that, but maybe if I want to do that before I die, I need to start pretty soon.
I'm with you. I've got a wall here, and I'm slowly but surely reading. And I've got a new video coming out soon, which will be a deep dive into this.
Oh yeah!
I started collecting them,
if you want something to read, look at the size of the text on that stuff.
Yeah, I read a fair few of those. I've got in my collection. I read through them all. I did a series on my channel at one point. The DC version of those. I made videos of characters from the DC version of that. DC Who's Who.
Yeah, that's on my wish list. I haven't got it yet. I need to do it.
I started collecting those books, and then I never kept following through because they just kept doing them again and again.
So
It's no
there's
point-
only 20 in the run, right? So I got
That's
the
in
whole lot.
the first series.
It's so long ago, though. That run is so long ago that most of the information there is probably incorrect now. I would guess.
Well, it's correct for the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think the thing that I like about it is, so Bronze and Modern Gods did John at Bronze and Modern Gods did a recent thing where he's like, right, why don't Marvel should just reset the Marvel universe like in comics at the end or the beginning of Secret Wars, right? And have it so that when they went to Secret Wars, the new universe was what was created by the Beyonder, right? So anything beyond Secret Wars was by the Beyonder. They're all still in Secret Wars. And then they come back now, right? So the old Marvel universe is there. Yeah. And then the new Marvel universe is still there. And then suddenly there's this like vergence of like the old heroes all come back as they were in 85.
Yeah.
And like it's literally like the stories continue as if like they did with all new X-Men years ago, where they brought the old X-Men into the future to confront the new X-Men. That would be a perfect, like, yes, you lose a few characters, like you lose Venom, you lose Miles Morales, all that. Well, you don't lose them because they're two separate, distinct universes.
Yeah.
And then you bring them back together again and you go, well, you start a brand new continuity. And I love that. That credit to John. I think that's a good idea, especially if you have both of them side by side, where it's like the Beyonder just like pretended like everything just carried on. And then the existing heroes are still there. So then they can rewrite the entire 80s universe onwards, and they can keep the new Marvel universe and see which one wins.
That's blowing my mind a bit, that one. I was kind of like, couldn't quite get my head around what you were talking about. I thought you were saying bring them back into the modern universe. So there's two versions of them. I thought that's what you were talking about, first of all.
Well, you could do
that would be
too.
awkward.
That would be
awkward.
like
The years, it wouldn't have changed much in age, would they? The characters are all sort of similar ages.
Yeah, exactly. Peter Parker's not married Mary Jane, all of this sort of stuff. Like, basically, you sort of start that storyline going like the Ultimate Universe. So then you'd have like 3 different comic titles. You'd have the Secret Wars universe. You'd have Marvel as it is today, and you'd have Ultimate.
But it also gives you your next big major event.
Where all of them come together, and it's like, you know, and because then you could bring back all of the original creators. Because Chris Claremont's on a bloody, what is he? He's on. He's basically just paid to sit there, right? You bring Chris Claremont, he starts writing the X-Men again, like he did. You bring John Byrne to do Fantastic Four back then. From then, all of the original creators who are still around, and just, you know, or switch them around, put the old creators on the new stuff,
and then the new creators,
and then put the new creators on the old stuff, and see how that works. And then you'd have this like very interesting situation. And then the Ultimate Universe is almost like I'd almost like to see it where they go, right, what we're going to do is like the Ultimate Universe is the new one going forward, and we just converge everything into that. Like there's so much they could do, but they've just, the House of Ideas has run out of ideas.
Fail ideas, recycling old ideas, really.
Yeah.
I kind of give up on Marvel in the mid-90s anyway. I sort of went full DC in the early 90s, I think, because something happened in Marvel. And the art was rubbish, the stories were rubbish, I thought, and that's why I went full DC at that point.
Well, it's funny. I'd be interested in your view, because increasingly now, as I was brief. I had a brief back in the 80s. I had a brief like love affair with DC because I'd got to the point where I was following Marvel and then followed DC. I just think that DC, the history of DC is so rich, but it's almost like they have got bogged down by that history.
Yeah, that's why I keep having crises to try and make sense of it.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you know, I love. I'm really getting into my DC at the moment in terms of what it stands for. I'd be interested, Gray, in your view on Superman and how you think it's going to go. I am praying that movie just absolutely smashes it out of the park. I'm praying.
Yeah. I worry that I think people are pre-programmed to diss DC movies. To be honest, it feels like it anyway. They're barely given a chance. Sort of like people have already got it in their heads that DC movie is going to be rubbish. Let's look at how much negativity helps to get views. You know what I mean? If you down or something and you're slagging it off, people will watch that. If you're saying, "Oh, this is a really good film," people go, "Oh, you know," you might get half the amount of people who watch it. But it just seems like people are. I don't know. It's just. I think my brain. I thought the DC movies are a lot better than people say they are, and the Marvel movies ain't quite as great as people say they are. But I'm kind of like upping the DC a bit and lowering the Marvel a bit. But it's each to their own, isn't it? Really. I don't think. My personal thoughts, it's going to pan, and everyone's going to be slagging it off because that's just how people are. So,
look, I liked. So here's the thing: I think Henry Cavill as Superman was he was an amazing Superman. There is no question. The issue for Henry Cavill was not the fact that he was not a good Superman. He was a badly written Superman.
Yeah, a lot of people have that. They didn't like the killing, did they? Didn't like the killing.
I hated the killing. I always remember watching that at the end of that movie when he killed Zod. And yes, he was anguished, but my Superman would never have done that.
Well, he has actually killed Zod before in the comics. He killed 3 Kryptonians and a sort of like it was like an alternate world kind of thing. I think he depowered them and killed them.
But that's my whole point, right? Like it's not the
But see, then that's
Superman is hope. Superman is hope.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Superman is hope, but you also look at it as one 10-second scene at an end of a movie.
Yeah. No, it just completely ruined it for me. It was like, but until that point, he was Superman.
Yeah.
But
he kills in the films. He never kills in the comics.
He doesn't kill. Like he actually, Superman never kills. That's the whole point of Superman, is that there is always another way. The thing that Superman stands for is that he is supposed to be a way to showcase to us there is another way, right? He is the most powerful being in existence. He doesn't need to kill, and the fact that he doesn't kill is the most important thing ever. That's why Homelander's such a dick.
Yeah, because he pretends to stow those virtues, and he has none of them.
Yeah, it's like that's the reason why Superman exists, and so. It's like Crypto the Superdog. I love the fact that James Gunn has brought that dynamic into it, because
I'm surprised that people haven't been slagging that off. Like, that's stupid. You know, it's comic book accurate. Like, but even in the comic books, they don't show them that much anymore, like they used to do back in the Silver Age. I don't think. But I'm surprised that people actually accepted that. I would imagine that like people who aren't comic book fans would go, "Oh, it's a fucking Superdog. What's going on there? That's a load of bollocks." So that worries me.
It's I mean, again, it's one of those ones where it's like anything. If you'd have had a super cat, right? Like dogs and cats on YouTube just go nuts.
Yeah, Streaky the super cat, and why not bring in the Wonder Horse as well? Comet the Wonder Horse, you know, it's like let's have a legion of super pets film.
Well, but I don't know. I actually don't disagree with bringing those in, because like this is the thing, and if anyone can do it, it's James Gunn.
But you have to bring in that different aspect when you're doing a character that's been murdered to death in the last 8-10 years.
I remember that trailer, and I remember when he, and I've got a friend Ricky who does all sorts of words. and he loves crypto, right? And I watched the first trailer before I saw his reaction to it. And I always remember like watching the trailer, and I was like, "Oh my god, they're going to show crypto now." And they did the whole thing with crypto. And I always remember in the first trailer when I saw it, and I had this head in my head. He just drags Superman through the snow, and he's not using super speed. But for some reason, my memory has crypto flying with Superman, pulling Superman through the snow, but he's actually just walking. When I watched it again and again, he's just walking. But the first time I watched it, I thought Crypto grabs him and flies like super fast.
I didn't think he flew, but I could have sworn he was.
Oh, he's walking. He's walking.
No.
He's literally walking, which makes sense because he's literally like a dog. Like he's got the same power as a Superman, so he's like literally on an equal level. So it's like a dog dragging a human, right? It's like he's struggling. But in my head, when I watched the first time, I thought he just flew with him to the Fortress of Solitude, which he didn't do. But so straight away my head was in this like zone where it's like they nailed Krypton, and I was like super excited and very happy with the way that James Gunn had done it. And I was doubtful because I was like, that doesn't look like Krypto. That's like a really scraggy looking dog.
They made it a different breed, didn't they? Different breed.
Totally different breed. But that's fine, right? Because, and I'm a dog owner. And I'm a dog owner now. So I'm like going, oh my God, it reminds me of a dog. So I was like, like tearing up. Anyway, Ricky releases this video and I absolutely kid you not. It was it's one of my favorite videos of the year. He is screaming at the screen about like, oh my God, they revealed Krypto. Oh my God, he's such a good boy, such a good boy. And it meant so much to him because it reminded him, and this is why I think everyone's not reacting in a bad way to it. It reminded him of his pets and the pets that did things, right? And I think that's the thing that James Good is good at. He hones in on what means something to people.
Yeah, he's good at grounding the characters and making you care for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I reckon the people who aren't in the comic books don't know about Krypto. I look at that and go, that's ridiculous. That's what I think they do.
My wife is sitting over here and I'm gonna. What did you think of Krypto? The dog.
Loves dogs.
Loves dogs.
Yeah, so the dog lovers, maybe. You know, the dog lovers on board. I just don't know. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Like, I hope you're right, but
I think it comes down to how they introduce him. Like, if they're going to be sorry.
Apparently, he's an absolute shitbag. Apparently, which is the other thing. James Gunn has already been saying he's like going. The dynamic between Superman and Krypto is not as simple as like, it looks good in the trailer, but Krypto's shits on the carpet and, wrecks the house.
If there was a dog with a dog's brain and a super strength, it'd be a menace to the world. Not wanting to, but it just would be. It'd be digging massive holes everywhere and like anyway, probably killing people by accident. You wouldn't know how to control its own strength, would it?
I don't know. I don't know. Krypto doesn't.
If you ever had a Dalmatian, the way they whip your legs, if Krypto was with their tails, if Krypto was a Dalmatian, they'd be cutting people's legs off left, right, and centre. You wouldn't even know what he was doing.
I've got something for you. This wasn't at Heroes. This was this? No, this wasn't at Heroes. So I got this for my wife. This is our dog, which we got drawn on. Stray Dogs issue 1, the first edition print. So we're dog people. So that's why
you make you wear a scarf as well.
That's why Krypto resonates. I think.
Do you put a scarf on your dog, or is that just for the?
No, because it was. So I'll give you a bit of a secret on that one. So that scarf on the dog, the photo I gave to Trish Forstner to draw. At Christmas we put this Christmas scarf on her and she drew the scarf. So it's got Christmas trees and Christmas decorations on it. If you can see.
All right, yeah. Yeah, cool.
So,
Oh, look, Beau's here.
did you see that James Gunn came out and said that Superman is the start of this DC universe? Everything else is not law.
Yeah, that's been the case since. So actually,
No,
Creature Commandos was the first.
no, he said Superman because he had Peacemaker still from the last thing, and Blue Beetle and all of that.
No. So Zarz, Sean, I'm gonna correct you. Creature Commandos is the first proper DC continuity, DC universe continuity. Superman's the second. Then there's Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
That could be, but he also had Peacemaker and that
So
from the old.
Peacemaker's still in the old universe and has some elements, but the way, it's the first in the. There you go, first in the universe. That's Omnibo's exactly. Thanks, Beau.
Yeah, but what
I've got a bone to pick with that Creature Commandos.
Go on.
Because none of the characters in that Creature Commandos TV show are actually in the first appearance of the characters. The only character from around that era is G.I. Robot. He's not in Creature Commandos. Who is then? You're going to say Frankenstein. It's not the same Frankenstein. It's a different character. It's a different version of Frankenstein. The Creature Commandos Frankenstein was not that Frankenstein from the TV show. It's just got the same name. Yeah, it's got the same appearance, but it's not the same character.
Shh, don't. I'm trying to sell my copy.
Yeah, I want. That's the thing that's annoying me. I want to get the first appearance of the Creature Commandos, but this TV show that has none of the Creature Commandos in it has made the price of that blinking comic shoot up in price. It's kind of annoying. That was my only point.
I'm trying to find my copy of Creature Commandos of that copy of Creature Commandos. My favorite though of Weird War Tales is 83.
What happens in that one?
The first Primate Platoon.
Primate Platoon? I don't remember them at all.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of like Nazi apes.
Oh no, there's one. I've got a weird war where there's like giant apes attacking a submarine, but I think that was like some kind of dimensional dreamland kind of going on in that one. But I've never heard of the Primate. I do love a war that time forgot though. Those are cool. With like soldiers fighting dinosaurs. That's always a good thing.
All right. So Beau has Thunderbolts jumped like crazy again.
I think he was saying that it's the same. There's no original Thunderbolts from the.
There's no Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts is bullshit too. It's like not the original Thunderbolts. And to be perfectly honest, I quite tell you what. Have you seen that new Thunderbolts trailer?
Yeah.
No.
Holy shit, that's good.
I think this might be, for some reason, I don't think Marvel overly cared about the story and the Thunderbolts, and that's why it's going to be a good movie because not too many people got involved. And
I actually honestly think Thunderbolts is going to be one of those that surprises everybody because
I think it's going to be a good movie because I think they just didn't put as much focus on making that movie as they did with everything else they've tried to make. They've let it be what it's going to be, and because they've gone simple again on it, it's going to be a great movie.
So I'll tell you one thing about Thunderbolts. The reason why I think it'll be a success. I love Florence Pugh as Yelena. I think, in absence of Scarlett Johansson, I actually think she's a better Black Widow. And that's controversial, but I do think she has the right amount of comedy. She has the right charisma. She's a freaking great actress. She's actually a half decent human being, right? She comes across very well. You've got David Harbour as Red Guardian, and he is like, I think he's going to steal the show because he is freaking hilarious, and I love the idea of this, like, just, you know, heart in the right place type character, flawed and just interesting. I love Bucky as Winter Soldier. I think his first appearance is completely underrated, like completely underrated. You could pick up a copy of that now for about, what is it, a 9.8 for about $150, right? He's been in the MCU for like 20 years. Like, was it 20 years? No, how long has it been now? Like, he's been in there since Winter Soldier, right? He's been, and
it's not 20 years, is it?
It's not 20 years. It's like 15.
I know time's going fast as I get older, but that's like, what the hell?
What year was it? Like 2012? 2012, right? So 2012.
Oh.
So what's that? Like 14 years. 14, 15 years, right? 15, 14.
What, do English people count backwards?
Mate, who knows? But let me put it this way, right? Like, he's been there since pretty much the beginning of the MCU, and he's still going strong. 2014. There you go, Beau. Thank you, mate.
10, 11 years.
So he's been there like for 11 years, and that character is like beloved. So I can't wait to see him. Not sure about Ghost, right? But do you know what? I'm happy to pass that one off.
Ghost from the Iron Man movie.
From the Ant-Man movie. Ant-Man 2.
Iron Man villain, though, isn't it?
And I quite like. I really like John Walker.
Yeah.
What's Kurt Russell's son's name? I don't remember his name. Anyway, but I think he does a good job in that role too. So I think that'll be good.
He plays US agent well.
US agent, and I think that's fine. I think that'll be good.
Show, so I don't know.
I'm trying to think who else is left in there.
So is he a Thunderbolt now as well?
Ghost, and so yeah, Walker, US agent, yes. I have a major, and what's interesting, you notice in the recent trailer, there is no Taskmaster. So Taskmaster gets killed very quickly. Yeah, and I'm of the opinion, and I have the hope that what they're going to do with Taskmaster is bring the real Taskmaster into play at some point, because, and I always looked at this and like it's fine for you to sort of like mess around with characters, but you're wasting an opportunity with Taskmaster. Have the original Taskmaster in there, and the one piece of faith or hope I take from the whole thing is that in Black Widow, the movie, they refer to Taskmaster as being trained in the Taskmaster protocols, right? So if you think about it, there's still a gap for them to bring back the original Taskmaster, and she got trained in those protocols because of Taskmaster, right? And it's the same thing, I think, with Silver Surfer. They're going to have a female Silver Surfer in an alternative Fantastic Four universe, but the real Silver Surfer is still out there somewhere.
Yeah, but I think Ghost and Taskmaster are in there to be the villains that get killed, which give the team some motivation to go. And Beau, I never said Superman is first. I said from Superman is where James Gunn said the DC universe is thing. So Peacemaker, which he kept, is not being part of this DC universe, and either is Blue Beetle.
Beau, jump on for 5 minutes so we can have this conversation. Come on.
Yeah, jump on.
So you've got US Agent and Red Guardian in the same team. Isn't that a bit redundant? Seeing as they're just like,
no, well, you've got three of them. You've got three of them. And my favorite moment in the trailer is there's one moment in the second trailer where, like, you've got Red Guardian sitting in the car next to Winter Soldier, next to Bucky, and he said, which super soldier serum did you take? And he went, oh, I don't know, Hydra normal version. He went, oh, Hydra, very, very expensive.
Gosh.
Mate, I gotta get up. I gotta get up early too, Beau. All we ask is 5 minutes of your beautiful looks on the stream.
So
He won't. He won't join. He won't join. But it's fine.
Where do you guys stand on the old Martha bit from Superman, Batman, whatever it was? I thought that was all right. I didn't mind that at all in the film.
Oh, I hated it. It's like
Yeah?
it's the worst piece of writing ever. Like, can you imagine? It's like, oh, by the way, my mum's. So imagine, Gray. What's your mum's name, Gray?
Margaret.
My mum's middle name was Margaret. I guess we should be friends.
So there's something at the door. I think. Oh.
What's your mum's name, Zarz?
Josephine.
Josephine. Oh, I don't know anyone called Josephine. We should continue fighting.
I get. See, things like that is what shows me that movie was rushed.
It was totally rushed. It's like it would have been better. It would have been better if he sort of like said, you know, why are we fighting? I care about humans. I care about saving lives, right? Because that's what Batman cares about, right?
Yeah.
I won't stop to smashing the guy because we're the same now. I think Beau's taking the Mickey there at that point. But that's my point. It's like, just like, seriously. Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine like getting into a fight with someone in the street and going, mate, we have to stop. What's your name? Dave. My name's Dave too. We shouldn't fight. We both know.
I don't think that analogy is realistic though. He's like Batman. Was it Superman wants to save his mum? He knows his mum's in danger. He thinks he's about to die. So as a last plea, he says, "Save." You could say "save my mum," but he said "save Martha." I don't know. I enjoyed that in the film.
But what relevance is that? Well, what relevance is that? It's like Batman's going to go like, who the hell?
Give him balls.
Who's Martha? Anyway, honestly, that's the problem with Jack Snyder. He's like, you know, he's all spectacle. He's like Jack Snyder. Who's the other one that did Transformers? Michael Bay, right? They're all spectacle, and JJ, all spectacle, no story.
Yeah, but do you think we would have got the same story if it wasn't rushed from Batman v Superman?
No, I think that was always part of the script.
No, but do you think we would have got a better movie if they didn't rush it? The script may have been thing, but they would have kept working at it or maybe seen what worked, what didn't. Because they wanted to rush the movie out, they put a little bit less thought and effort into it. Because if you think about it, how quick we got that sequence of movies compared to what we normally would.
Well, you got to think back to the time of what was happening at the time, right? So Avengers had just come out, right? So straight away, the DC's on the back foot anyway, right? So they have to build a universe in one movie.
Yeah.
I think what they did very well was introduce Aquaman and Cyborg and Wonder Woman. Brilliantly well. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Like I have no argument with that. I thought particularly Wonder Woman, they introduced them very, very well, very, very quickly. I don't think they were rushed in the regard of the Martha thing. I think that was always part of the script, right? They could have rethought that. The issue with with that movie was the fact, and you can tell that by the Snyder Cut, right? Had they held the line, I think the Snyder Cut would have been better received than the Whedon Cut.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? And you could, with the Snyder Cut, you can almost forget or forgive the Martha thing.
Yeah.
Because
I think Zack does care about story to an extent, because if you do watch the Snyder Cut, it makes a big difference on that movie.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is like it's a good example of like studio interference.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is the same thing that happens with the X-Men movies at Sony.
It's like Flash, right? Another example with Flash, right? At the heart of it, there's actually a reasonable premise.
Yeah.
Right. But they like if you take away the two things you need to take away from that movie. Take away the main lead.
Yeah.
Right. They should have recast that person in the first instance. Right.
Yeah.
And then the second of all, the thing that ruined that movie was all the crappy CGI.
Yeah.
And you could have almost had a good movie if you'd have got rid of those two things. With the Snyder Cut, you should have just left it as it was. But they were too busy looking at Marvel to worry about their own movie.
Yeah. And the higher ups were more concerned about what they believe made a good movie than what the people actually wanted to see.
I agree.
And they could have just went simple with the Snyder Cut and cut it in 2 movies. You could have had your first release, first 2 hours, then release the second 2 hours as a second movie. People would have been stuck in anticipation, waiting for what was going to happen next, and they just got greedy.
I agree.
And then it also doesn't help that Whedon's name got attached to it now after everything.
I have something for Gray, and I don't know if he's going to recognize this when I come off camera again. But I want him to see, and I want to see his reaction to see if he actually knows what this is.
Okay. Oh, it's the Doom Lord.
Oh, I am Nox.
Are you not Doom Lord? I thought you was.
Do you know who this is, Zarz?
No clue, but Gray said Doom Lord. Is that right? So
Doom Lord from Eagle comic.
So I managed to find that after years of hunting for it.
That's not the original one they used in the photo version, was it?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
The original mask from the photo.
Yep.
Wow.
I've had it on my eBay watch list for 5 years, and I picked it up recently, and I'm going to do a video on it soon because no one in the US...
Make some Photoshop, make some photo story comic books as Doom Lord.
I'm gonna do it. It's so good. It's like so there's a load of history behind it. So I'm gonna do a video on it because it's such an interesting thing. But Zarz, this is exclusive for your channel. First appearance of Doom Lord.
First appearance.
Oh wow! I've got a couple of eagles up here. I think. What are some eagles up here?
Did you know that Doom Lord was written by the guy who created Judge Dredd?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Ah.
So is that a UK thing or is that a comics in general thing?
It's a UK thing, but Doom Lord is
Wildcat.
Yeah. Doom Lord is it was a photo story first, and
yeah.
Ray's point, they used to do. Oh my god, look at him! He's so scary. This gave me nightmares.
It was quite good actually. It looked quite good on you.
So what is a photo story?
Oh, I'll show you. It's like a Fabetti. I'll dig one out. I've got a couple of them. Hang on, just one sec.
You got a lot of UK comics.
Oh god, yes.
Yeah, I used to have tons. And you got the old cartoon style ones as well, the old funnies.
I don't think you can hear you, Gray.
Yeah, I get that.
Can you hear him?
Hang on, I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
No stress.
Do you remember this
Oh.
one? That's how he said it.
Cheeky. Oh, yeah.
You remember that one?
Is that Beano or is that Dandy?
No, Cheeky Weekly. He had his own comic for a while.
Weekly.
Cheeky Weekly. I do a stream every Wednesday called Geeky Weekly, like kind of named after Cheeky Weekly, really, in my own head.
There he is.
There he is, Doom Lord.
The alien force creates a
Sold all
rain
my
of
Eagles.
terror.
I had load of old like Whizzer and Chips and Plug and Cheeky Weekly and
Here we go. This
Speed,
is Doom Lord.
Tiger.
That was Doom Lord. You don't. It was like literally a photo story, and it was just the most scary. It was so. Do you remember reading that, Gray? It was so scary.
Yeah. I remember it being scary, but
Scared the shit out of me. That thing.
Okay,
Look
so
at it. Look at it.
they made a comic out of actual photos.
Yeah.
that was a bit of that was very popular in romance, wasn't it? Lots of romance photo stories in the UK
this
comics
thing
back in
was
the day.
like, it was scared. Like,
There's a
look
whole
at him.
genre, wasn't there?
Like I am the servant. I am Doom Lord, servant of Nox.
Is it servant or servitor? Oh, it's servant.
Servant.
I always remember it as servitor for some reason.
Servant of Nox. He was like basically he came to Earth to judge us, and
Congo, wasn't it? Oh.
spent all his time trying to kill us.
I
Okay.
remember the story.
Bloody scary stuff.
Dude,
I mean, when they did this, he could transform into any human, right?
Yeah.
And hide himself. So like basically you had no idea who he was. And it ran for like what? 3 series, and then they stopped doing the photos. But oh my god, just look at it.
So
Look at
he
it.
was the
Here's the
first.
shit out of you.
Well, it's an interesting, like, be interesting to find out, like, people, whoever the editor was, whoever the creators were, what made
It's
them
John
do
Wagner. John Wagner.
Surely doing photo versions must be harder than just getting an artist to draw.
Oh
You think how
no,
many posts?
it was Alan Grant. Alan Grant.
Yeah.
Like basically the guy that created Judge Dredd was like behind
didn't-
Doom Lord.
Did he organise the photo sessions? Who organised the photo sessions, and why did they go with photos rather than comic book?
They
artists?
did it because it was save money.
Do you reckon it would save
So-
money taking photos rather than having an artist? Yeah.
Yeah. So they did the scripts, they took the photos, and they basically hired a whole bunch of actors. And then eventually it became more expensive because they were doing it for not just they do it for 1 or 2 scripts. So they did it for all sorts. So you had this other one, what was it, Sergeant Streetwise.
Oh, I don't
So they
remember
went
him.
through this phase where they were like, "Oh, let's take a whole bunch of photos," and they sort of combined the two. But you know, at the
think all the
beginning,
photography work and all the actor money would work out more than an artist. I would have thought. but I don't know.
eventually, I think the first series it was fine, but then it became. Literally in this comic, there's like 3.
Thunderbolt on Smokey. That rings a bell.
Let me just
Wasn't there a
say
film
this.
called that?
1, 2. 3, 4. So in one comic, they had six stories, and 4 of them were photos.
Wow.
Are the actors doubled up?
No,
Like are they? So there's no person from one story is in another.
no.
You know what? I don't think I collected Eagle until it merged with Tiger. I think I was collecting Tiger, and then when it merged with Eagle, that's when I started getting Eagle. So I don't think I've got the early ones. I never had rather the early ones. Have you got a full set of action?
No, I haven't got a full set of action. I just bought literally a full set of Eagle with Doomlord 1 to 3, which are like the ones that you want to get, right? Which are essentially the first photo strips.
Yeah.
So I've got those. I've got a couple of issue 1s with the first Doomlord, and I'm like, oh my god! Like
Pennsylvania was here.
Cannot wait to like that's one character I reckon is, you know, Doomlord could transfer to the big screen very easily, right?
Who's that? You know who that is? I'll take it.
Let's have a look. I can't see. Hang on. Let me embiggen you.
It's a big shark. No, it's Hookjaw. Hookjaw was the character from Action. And this, you must recognise this guy.
Robbie! Is it Robbie? No, it's Archie. Archie.
Archie the robot, yeah.
Oh, do you remember Zenith?
Yeah, from 2000 AD, yeah.
Have you seen that one where they bring back Zenith, bring back Archie in Zenith?
Yeah, I think I have got that. I think I have got that issue. Yeah.
And they turn him into an acid robot, so he's like got smiley faces and shit all over him.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, he's got flowers and stuff painted on. He's like flower power, wasn't he?
Hang on,
crazy.
I've got that here.
Did you ever read the Albion, where Alan Moore brought back all the UK characters in a story?
Yeah, I've got like it's 6 issues, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I've got like 4 of them. I haven't actually finished that run, but I'm trying to find you there's one panel.
Trade.
Got to find one panel where Archie comes back. It's so funny. Let me see if I can find it.
I find it sad there's no UK comics anymore. Like UK comic industry's apart from 2000 AD and pretty much dead, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Here we go. I found it. Here we go. Here's the panel. Acid.
Oh dear. That dates it.
Oh yeah, exactly. It was very much. But Zenith was that's Neil. That's Grant Morrison.
Right. That's kind of weird character for 2000 AD, wasn't it? They never a superhero in 2000 AD was kind of like quite unique for that, wasn't it? They never really had superheroes.
They'd never done it. They'd never done it, and I thought it was great that, and it was funny because it sort of showed that Grant Morrison was trying to emulate Alan Moore. Because he'd just done that with Miracle Man a few years before, but he just went one step further and went, right, I'm going to take every single UK character from the history and bring it. I think it's season 3 of Zenith, and it's literally all the old UK superheroes that were there, and he brought them to life in 2000 AD.
So Lime Street and stuff like that.
Yeah, like Tiger or something, things like that. Like really like obscure UK characters.
Right.
Sort of like
do you remember Spider? The Spider character. The character called Spider.
No, I don't remember that one.
He's kind of like a villain, all in black suit. He was really kind of a mysterious kind of character. He was interesting.
In case you don't know, do you follow the UK auctions much?
Nah.
So there is next couple of weeks, Excalibur Auctions. Place I go to a lot. They got a shit ton of Alan Class.
Oh yeah, I think my mate from Suddenly Comics has got a channel on there. He buys a lot of Alan Class. I think he might have bought some on there actually because he does auctions, and so does my mate Darren do auctions now and again. But it's not so. They're a bit risky, aren't they? Sometimes you only get like one picture, and when you get the actual books in, they're all torn and shit. You don't see that in the picture that they show you on the auction website.
So the secret to that, always go there a couple of weeks before, send a note to the auction house and ask them for a condition report.
Yeah. I've never done an auction. I think if I started doing auctions, I'd be dangerous.
I have. I'm going to do a video
on how dangerous it is.
Sean knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So
it's one of those ones where you like go, I'm going to buy. You put a cheeky bid in, thinking it's never going to win, and it wins, and then you're like, "Oh my god, what am I going to do now?" Sean knows exactly. You don't say a word.
I'm not going to. But I literally was 0.2 seconds away from having that happen with the X-Men one last week, and I literally got pipped at. I thought I beat it, and I had it, and then
What was it? What did it go for?
It was a 1.0 and it went for 3,550 American.
3,550. Okay, for 1.0.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Was there a decimal point in the middle somewhere, or the decimal point's not at the end there? Is it surely?
Yeah.
Sean, so here's the thing. I like doing this on your channel, right? Because I want to get you as many subscribers and views as possible. No one's ever going to watch this, right? Which is the annoying thing, because I want to get. I'm gonna. At some point, I'm gonna do my. I've been planning a video for a long time. I'm gonna do the antithesis of Sticky Goose, and rather than roast all YouTubers, I'm gonna have toast all YouTubers, and I'm gonna like call out all the smaller channels that need all the support they can get, right? But in honor of you, Zarz, in honor of you, Sean, I'm going to show this.
Oh, nice.
6.5.
And Gray will appreciate this for a simple reason. It's
UK. That's the most expensive. That should be worth more than the sense copies because there's less of them.
Well, you would think so, but I ended up getting that like 20% cheaper because US collectors don't realize how valuable this should actually be.
Exactly, they don't have sense. I've heard they pay more for Canadian variants.
They do. Like they do. They pay more for every other variant except for UK, and the UK variants are rarer.
Well,
from what I've been led to understand, they're better quality as well because they were the first ones off the press.
Correct.
So I've heard.
They were.
I'm actually bidding. I'm bidding a bent copy at the moment, Dave.
If honestly, Zarz, if you get that, you just wait. I reckon 10 years, they're going to realize the value of these books, because to Gray's point, they were printed first because they had to be shipped off to the UK. They have always got a better color strike. They are they're actually the first ones printed. They're actually the true first prints, right?
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same as the US copy. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Well, I heard there wasn't a period where they were making subtle changes to the UK one. This is what I've heard in chat with people, and they'd like do things like put a U in colour and that kind of thing. Really tiny little things like that.
Only in the 70s. So in the 70s, they had a They had the banner over the top, which was Marvel All Color Comics with the U.
Yeah.
Right. But that was only for the UK market. But no, in the 60s, they were the same book printed first.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's interesting is the only difference where that actually happened. Do you remember like Terrific and Fantastic, which were like the UK reprints before Marvel launched?
Yeah.
That's where they did that. That's
okay.
The one I'm bidding on is a 3.0, Dave.
A UK one?
Yeah.
Where is it?
eBay.
What's it up to now? Don't make me big, by the way.
Oh, sorry. It's sitting at £21.50
for a 3.
Yeah, which is 4.3 Australian.
How long you got to run on it? How long you got to run on it?
About a day and a bit.
eBay?
Yeah.
What's your top?
eBay is terrible for last minute bids, though, isn't it? It's so annoying.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. What's your top?
I haven't decided.
Let me help you out. Let me help you out. I'm going to go. Just give me 1 sec. I'm going to go to Go Collect and GPA, and I'm going to tell you what you probably might get it for if you put if this is what you can afford or what you want to spend. What's it look like? Can you bring it up on the screen?
Give me a second. Let's see. Because I'm also looking at a 4.0 on Heritage.
Is that a UK as well, or is that just a standard one?
Standard.
So you're going to pay 10% more for a standard. Do you realize that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Hang on, let me have a look. X-Men 1. All right. So, what is it? 3.0?
Yeah.
All right. So, your fair market value, according to Go Collect, is 5.5 thousand USD. Right?
I can imagine paying that for a comic. Blimey.
Yeah. Zarz knows what I'm talking about.
I hear that all your comic purchases are powered by your OnlyFans page. Is that right, Zarz?
My OnlyFans page. I think you're talking about Dave's OnlyFans page.
I need my OnlyFans is probably funding mine. All right, so I'll send you a note of what I think you should I'll send you an Instagram post, Instagram note about what you should expect to be the top bid, and I reckon you'll secure it.
Looks nice.
Actually, let's have a look. Have a look at that. That's not bad at all, is it? Go back to the first. It's got a. Let's have a look. Just the full page. It presents well. It's got issues, but that's still a good looking copy. I actually like the stamp on it too.
Yeah. So like the 1.0 I was bidding on was presented really well for a 1.0.
No. If you're going to do it, 3. And actually, I'll tell you what, a 3 in a UK pence would, in my mind, trump a US edition any day.
So,
because the thing you got to think about is that, to Gray's point, that's only going to appreciate once people start to realize just how rare those are compared.
If they ever do.
Well, they will. It's the same. So Mark Jewelers 5 years ago, no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
Right? No one gave a shit about Canadian. No one gave a shit about, it's an X-Men 1. It's like what is it? 5%, like at most 5% of the print run. I don't even think it's that. I think it's more like 2 or 1% of the total print run, right? And at some point there'll be recognition of the fact that they were printed first, and they're so small in terms of the I'm going to go to the census. That's what I'm going to do, and tell you what the difference is, right? Because that's also something that not many people recognize, is the census count on those books really tells you how rare they actually are. So just give me 1 minute. CTC census. X-Men 1. Trust me, Zarz, I honestly think that this is why I'm buying UK price range, because I just know at some point the community has to recognize the rarity of these books.
I really don't mind the fact that it's UK. I just
don't
overly pay for something for no reason.
But that's why UK's a good option at the moment, because it has very much a lot of future investment potential.
Yeah.
But you can right now get them for 20 or 10% lower than you would get them from the US copy.
Do you think my comic shop prices fairly?
Why? What have they got?
They've got a few on there, but they're
UK or
no, the American.
Hang on, I'm
but
trying
their
to
prices
this is the problem I've got with X-Men is like you go to the census and you try looking for a book. I am literally scrolling through a list and I cannot find the original X-Men
With the
19.
census, try Marvel X-Men #1, 1963 Marvel.
Mate, they don't even like they don't. Oh, yeah, okay.
That's been the best sequence I've been able to type in to really find the book on most search engines.
Here we go. Maybe if I do it this way, mate, there's so many X-Men #1. Oh, here we go. Marvel Comics 1963, X-Men #1. All right. So, X-Men. Do you want me to share the screen? Because it's actually useful. Yeah. Oh, maybe if I do that, and then pop that there, and then do that. Oh no, wrong one. Let's see if this works, right? Because I can show you the census, and then you'll start to understand what the hell's going on here. Oh God. Okay, try that. Yeah, here we go. All right, I'm going to share screen. And I'm going to move my login so you can't see that. Okay, let me share screen. CGC census. Here we go. Right. See that okay?
Yep.
All right. X-Men #1, 1963. So there's only 2 9.8s, 4 9.6s, da-da-da. There are almost 5,000 US editions, right? 117 signed. Oh no, 631 signed. What's that one? 117 qualified, 11 restore, 11 JSA, and 931 restored. UK price variant 106 compared to 5,000. So that does equate to about 5%, right? So yeah, there's 135 in total versus 10,000. No, 6,000. Sorry, 6,000. So that gives you a bit of a sense of how the distribution works. There is only one 9.2 X-Men 1, right? There's 2 7.5s. There's no 7.0s. There's what was mine again? I can't remember. Was it 6 or 6.5?
6 or 6.5.
6. There's only 6 6.5s, only 6 6.0s. 3s there are 12. So you know, that's how I see it, right? Like, mate, there's not that many of those things out there.
Well, if it finishes the soonest, so I'm hoping I can get it.
I'll send you. I'll quickly send you a note on what the value is for a 3.0 in US and AUD.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, if you can afford that and that's what you're comfortable with spending, you put that in. I guarantee you'll get that win.
All right. We'll have a look.
Right. This is going back to what we were talking about way back. You know the 2000 AD bags and balls you were talking about?
Yes.
Have you managed to find a bag and ball that fits all sizes of 2000 AD, or are you using different ones for different eras?
Yeah, you have to. So
I thought it'd be one size that would fit all of them. Like maybe a bit big. No,
because I think it's up to issue 500, and then you have to switch to A4.
Right.
So even those early UK reprints, like the Terrific and Fantastic, they're A4. Right. So the UK books are a shocker. You just have to buy. I can get A4 in Australia. That's not a problem. I can't get old size 2000 AD bag and boards.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, in 2000 AD, from I think it was issue 100 through to 126, they are normal magazine size.
Okay.
So it's like it's a shock. You're in the best position. You're in the UK. You can buy them. You can buy old size and new size 2000 AD bags and boards, and it doesn't cost you a fortune.
Every time I've looked at it, it seems like they've been really expensive. Like I've like on eBay and that, and it's like they want like 10 for 20 or something like that. It's like, oh bloody hell.
JR Comics and I'm going to send you a link in the chat for those that are watching. Here we go. So I use this guy, and he's very good. But there are a couple of them. But this guy I've used a lot.
It's not come up yet. I can see.
I'm just putting it in there.
Oh, I've got to go actually now. I've got to go with my girlfriend. So,
all right, here we go. I'm just popping in the chat. Then you've got access to it. So, JR, they can you see it or not?
Which chat?
Hang on, I'm going to put it in private chat as well. So
okay, yeah.
Came up in private chat.
Cheers.
Yeah. Use those guys. They've got old size and new size, so you'll be all right.
Yeah, I kind of want to collect like 1 to 666 because I'm a metalhead, so 666 makes perfect sense.
Oh yes, perfect. Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna have to toddle off now.
Yeah,
nice chatting, everyone.
You too, mate.
See you later. Bye.
It's 11:41, Sean.
I know. You need
What
to boot.
9 o'clock.
What?
What time
Yeah.
did you start?
9. Same time as always.
We're going to turn into pumpkins.
You might. I think I'll be all right for a little bit.
What else do you want to talk about before we go? Let's call it a quits at midnight, shall we?
Yeah, works out well.
All right. What have you got on? What have you got to show me? Share with me. What do you want me to share with you?
I've pretty much showed all the main stuff that I got from the show. There was nothing extreme. That's Locke's card because I'm assuming you got the same.
Yeah, his cards are great, right?
This thing, like I'm sort of saying that I lean more to this than the book. Just the whole presentation with the case and the banner and stuff. I don't see how he's not bigger than he is.
Mate, look at this. I've got so many locks. Hang on, I'm going to show you. These are all comics curing cancer for the most part.
Yeah, well,
that's my ROM.
Yeah.
He did me a Captain Britain.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, wait, I'll save that one to last because I'll save that one to second to last. This is brilliant.
Yeah, that's cool.
Look at that, Bill, beautiful rendition of Batman there. He did me a Judgy Dreddy.
Yeah.
But his pièce de résistance of the whole week of Comics Curing Cancer was this.
Yeah.
Freaking look at that, Judge Death.
He's very talented.
He's a very talented individual. I love watching him sketch. I'm gonna give him a commission anyway for something else separately. But he's so good. He's so good. He should be like he's doing stuff for the card companies. I just don't know why he's not like in the mainstream yet.
That's what I can't get, especially with that quality. But the funny thing is like all these people who do the card stuff, it's very hard to find out who they are and stuff like that. Even like their signatures on some of the sketch cards I have, you just cannot work out who these people are. And I don't get why the cards just don't put it in plain writing like this artist.
Mate, you need to get with the the StreamYard thing of making don't make me big when you're small.
Oh, sorry, dude. Bad habit. I was gonna show you. This was one of the.
Now you have to make yourself big.
This was one of the books I got from the only slabs win I got.
Charlton fighting Army.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta love a bit of fighting Army. I see Madam's in the chat. You should get her on because, especially with our conversation about Ray and Razor, I actually had a question to her about the whole recent posts with Razor on there. Because good on Madam for like bridging the gap of like, you know, well, we just need to bring the community together in my mind.
Oh, of
You
course.
know what I mean?
Christina's doing a great job of trying to.
Christina. So she just won a giveaway on Paul Year Comics latest giveaway stream.
Okay.
So I gave away a Moon Knight #1 UK price variant CGC slab, and randomly Christina won it.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm very surprised. I got really lucky when I won the Only Slabs thing through thing. It's like the first time I've watched in a few months, just because being that early, and I ended up being the winner.
Are you gonna watch it on Sunday? This Saturday?
Who is it? You again?
I'm on this Sunday.
I watched Neville's one, and
Yeah,
I watched. So I've been trying to catch him, but getting up at that time, especially if I'm working the night before,
5:30 a.m. this Sunday, I will be doing Only Slabs with the Only Slabs crew and sharing some books. So if you can join, I'd love to see you.
Yeah, we'll see.
I won't be offended if you don't make it because I understand. But I have a bone to pick with Neville, and I was very honest with him in the stream as well. He showed a book that wasn't slabbed.
Did he?
Yep.
I haven't finished watching Neville's. I'm like,
you get to the end, and there's the one book at the end, and like me and Mark were like, "This is Only Slabs. It doesn't even matter if it's getting submitted. Don't show the book if it isn't in a slab."
Yeah, that's right. It's just common sense.
He did it. He broke like two things. He broke the rules on timing. That was Rob's. That was on Rob, but I don't mind because Rob. I had a conversation with Rob about that one, and that was absolutely fine. But when he showed a book without it being slabbed, I was like, "Come on, Neville, this is the rule."
I know Neville's big in the community, but I honestly didn't think that would be something he would do.
One book, and at least he caveated with it. It's going to CGC to get slabbed, but I'm like, mate, save it for your next time. Don't do it now.
Right. When you come on the show again, I could have shown plenty of books too that eventually one day I could get slabbed.
Yeah, I'm thinking of slabbing this book. Here's how great this book is. Hey, bro.
Yeah, I could have just pulled out every book in my collection, every big book I had, just to say, yeah, getting this slabbed eventually.
Yeah.
But
so how's C2E2 going? How's the planning for that going?
Oh, it's all done. Pretty much. I jet off in. So Wednesday is 4 weeks. Last Wednesday was 4 weeks. So like 26 days. The guest list it's nowhere near the quality that Heroes is, but there is the same amount of guests.
Who's going?
You got Arthur Adams, Chris Claremont, Klaus Johnson, Roberto Ramos.
Who's on your list?
There's a few, like Klaus I've got a few books of, and like I got a few years ago I got a Daredevil Death of Elektra signed by Frank Miller.
Yep.
And he does obviously the inking and stuff on that, so I'll get him to do that.
Why are you not? Why? So my one bit of advice: if you have any Art Adams books or even a sketch cover, get in. Just do it. Just one commission. It's going to cost you a bit of money. Get in early on the first day. Get your Art Adams sketching.
Art Adams is on my list. I got a whole bunch of his books, and
Right.
I've got a signed framed artwork from him.
Oh, you already have. Okay, well, don't.
In my study, but I want to get a commission from him. There's there's 3 artists I'm looking at.
Yep.
And it's just a matter of who I can get on the list of.
Right. Well, so who's the other 2?
So Roberto is one I would love to get.
Yep.
And the other one is a smaller. It's a female.
So my advice, and you know this from Heroes, right?
Yeah.
Right. Your schedule should be your first day. Get in that queue as soon as you possibly can. Get in, do the Art Adams, right? That's your first day, right?
Yeah.
Are you in VIP or not? Or
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Then
because VIP there doesn't get you in early, or
it doesn't. Right, well, get in the queue on the first day, super early. You know how it works, right? Get in as early as you can, get as far front as you can, and find out where he is in the thing. Run, get in the queue. Doesn't matter how long it takes to turn up. Wait, get your commission with Art Adams. The minute that you've got your book in with Art Adams and you're on the list, go over, do a Humberto, and then you've got all the time in the world for your third artist.
Yeah. Hey, Brian.
Saw the video, mate. Really good. Thank you so much. It was good to see. I'm glad you enjoyed those UK price variants.
Yeah, because the guest list at C2E2 has actors and stuff too. It sort of makes it that little bit easier because there's 215 people on the list at the moment, but they're not all creators and stuff. So makes it a bit more like doing all the signatures and stuff that I did at Heroes was very, very time consuming.
Oh. I haven't even looked at the Heroes list yet because I'm like super nervous to say. It's 3 months away. I've got the what is a bit of good news, and I'll break this here first. I think we found a location for the Heroes meetup.
I've seen that. I'm in the chat still.
No, but we've actually found somewhere better. It might even work out cheaper with more stuff for everyone. So I'll try and get that done over the weekend. Let everybody know, and then we'll just get the numbers, and then everyone should be okay. So, and it's drinks and food all included for a period of time rather than like a minimum spend thing. It's like, so I think we've landed somewhere good, which is bloody brilliant because I have to be honest, I was struggling trying, like, it was all going to be like minimum spend, and at some point we'd have to stop it. Whereas this is like you can eat and drink as much as you like for a period of time. So, yeah.
I think
that's all sorted now. Friday night, yes, Brian. It's all Friday night, all sorted. Should be 3 hours for a very affordable rate. So I think everyone will be happy, and if they're not, I give up.
you're always gonna have that one person.
I'm not doing it next year. I love trying to sort everybody out, but it is like and Rob would testify to this, right? Like you're trying to sort it out for everybody, and you're trying to do right by everybody. But these places just require, if you're going to hire a place or hire a space, there's money involved. Yeah. And we're not trying. No one's trying to make any money out of this. We're all trying to just get it done.
And
But
it's also harder trying to do it from across the world. I can
no,
imagine.
that's fine. No, I actually don't mind doing that. That's not the problem. That I actually don't give a shit about that. It's fine. And it's actually what we've ended up with now. I think I am like no problem whatsoever. I think everyone's going to be happy. It's not far from the convention center, which is great too. And it's a decent menu. It's a decent selection of drinks. And it is literally for 3 hours. We'll probably get given wristbands, and we'll be, you can drink whatever you can off a menu. I think everyone's going to be happy. But there is the logistics thing is so hard, because right now we don't even know. We've got a number in our heads, but we don't know how many people are going to sign up. We've got I think we've got 20 people so far confirmed at the higher rate. So everyone's going to be pleased, because it's I think it'll drop like $30, to be honest.
Okay, that's good.
So yeah, it's worked out quite well. But we're doing our best. You're right, Brian. Herding cats is never fun.
So, but yeah, Heroes is still a possibility for me, but it'll be a last-minute decision.
Well, Zarz, I need someone to film my latest haul.
We'll see how things fall. I've got some big things happening at the moment. If everything settles and that, then I'll try and make it work.
Yeah.
And if Heroes doesn't become an option, I'm contemplating doing Baltimore.
Right. So, on that, what time we've got? 4 minutes. So I'm toying. So I've got 3 conventions I'm thinking about in addition to Heroes. Oh,
yeah,
balloons. So I'm given the success of Terrific Con last year, I'm thinking of doing that.
When's Terrific Con?
August.
Yeah, I couldn't do August.
And then I'm also probably going to book, because the beauty about Baltimore and New York Comic Con is they're 2 weeks, they're 1 week, they're both together.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and do Baltimore, have a break in Toronto, and then go down to New York for the convention. So that's October, right?
There's the 3 cons I've got is LA Comic Con, Baltimore, and New York, and they're all last week of September and first or second week October, and obviously third week, which is New York.
Well, the other one I'm still toying with is San Diego.
Yeah, nah.
But I'm only doing San Diego if I do a panel again.
Okay. Yeah. See, the June, July, August is hard for me to try and do stuff. That's why I got to look around September, October, or maybe November. Makes it a bit easier heading out that way.
Yeah, I loved San Diego last year. I was just a bit sad that not everybody gets to go. So it's one of those where it's so exclusive. It's just it's a great convention. It's not a comic convention anymore. It's a great convention, but it's not accessible to everybody.
I find it stupid that if you've gotten tickets before, you can get tickets all the time. But if you keep applying and you never get tickets, you're never going to get the opportunity to go.
Yeah, I need to talk to Neville, because the only reason I got in last year was me and Neville did the panel together, right?
Yeah.
And it actually went really well. I loved that panel because we presented like a very interesting view of Australian versus UK foreign variants.
Yeah.
And we got a decent crowd. We were actually really surprised with the crowd we got. Like the room was probably about 200 people. We ended up filling half of it.
Okay, that's good.
And we weren't in the main building either. So it was pretty good. And yeah, like I think Neville enjoyed it too. Like we were both like, pretty happy with it. Tales from my spinner rack, Gary, who used to work for San Diego, he had one in the main building, and his panel was pretty well attended too. So, look, I want to do more of those panels because I think they're so good to do, especially if you've got like unique views of comics, like UK ones, and like Gary, he's got the history of like what he did with San Diego. Neville with his Australian and foreign variants. So, if you've got something to talk about, I might do a speech. I might do something on, Nightcat. Let's do a Nightcat special. I'm pretty sure that'll get a shit ton of people watching.
I think it's just a matter of finding that right point that intrigues people enough to say, "Yep, I'm gonna go sit down for that."
Yeah, it's I love doing it. It's the best thing. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. You've got this Comic Con display behind you, and you're like, oh my god, this is like, people want to come and listen to this stuff, and getting that many people in a room was it was just so nice. And the question, like we had like 15 minutes of questions, and they weren't like dumb questions. It was like, I had one guy ask me about Death's Head, right?
Okay.
Do you know who Death's Head is?
Not really, no.
So Death's Head is a Marvel character that started in Marvel UK and ended up moving to the US.
Okay.
And I was like completely blown away that someone in the US knew who Death's Head was and asked a question about him.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was good. It was good.
That's good. Well, hopefully you get the offer to go back and do it.
Yeah, me too. Well, Sean, always a pleasure, my friend.
It is, and thank you for jumping on,
mate. I'll do my best whenever it is on a Thursday night. It's like, luckily tonight I saw you on, and I was like, have to join in with the team, and it's good to see that you're getting new people coming on too.
Yeah, so that's now that daylight savings is gonna start ending. It means the timing gets a bit better for everyone else.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Zarz Collectibles and Comics.
Thank you. And
yeah,
I'm sure you're all subscribed to Still Only 35 cents, but if you're not, go.
Oh, don't worry about it, man.
That's right. All the links and stuff for everything I showed and the fellow Aussie YouTubers is in the description. Thank you to everyone who watched or anyone who's catching the replay. Have a great night. Great
Good
morning.
night. Take care.